All right, welcome into the latest edition of the Second Half Draft Show. I'm your host, joined by Drew, Headley. I didn't get my name. I didn't get my name this time around. So I'm your host, Juice, but I was in a hurry to introduce Headley and Drew. What's going on, fellas? Last show of the calendar year. And I must say, the response we got to our last live stream was terrific. We had a good showing during the live, but it really took off as far as people, weighing in and giving their thoughts on the actual mock draft, 2-round mock draft a week ago. So we're looking forward to this one as well. We got Drew in the building. We're going to add an additional round here, and each one of us are going to make picks. So someone will pick in the one slot, 2, 3, and we'll just kind of keep on going back through it. We're not going to go into too much depth with respect to each selection, although we're open to trades. We're going to spend a little bit more time summarizing each team's draft class. All right. So let's get into it. Without further ado, let's get into this. And as I'm getting this loaded up here, at the top, obviously, Chicago Bears. We've talked about it a lot. Should they move off of Justin Fields? Do they stick with Justin Fields? Again, I think that really comes down to whether or not Ryan Poles is there. Maybe not even so much the coach per se, but whether the GM is there. So, what are you guys' thoughts here at the top?
Well, we've done a lot of mocks, so sometimes, we'll stay put and draft Marvin Harrison. We'll go get Caleb. We'll trade down. It's all up in the air right now, man. It's still a lot of things to be decided over there in Chicago. But the more and more I'm thinking about it, Justin Fields is playing well. He's probably playing with some of the best ball he has in his career. So I expect them to keep him. If I had to make a guess right now, I say they keep him. They trade down. They did an excellent job last season trading down with Carolina. That's worked out really well for them. I say they do it again and continue to build around Justin Fields. And, I think they're on track, man. They're on track. They drafted well last season, and they can do it again this year and really take off to be a playoff team next year.
Yeah, I don't think in any draft I've done or any mock that we've done that if I had the first pick that I've traded out of that pick because drafted a quarterback. I've always said stay with Justin Fields, and in this scenario, I would stay with Justin Fields. And let's just be different, man. Let's just be different. Let's trade out, man.
All right, Drew.
Let's trade with somebody we've never traded.
You at the top. So since you wanna break rank here, going a little bit different of a direction. A lot of smoke coming out of Washington in terms of them coveting Caleb Williams. They're now in the third spot here at the top of the draft. There is a scenario where I guess Caleb Williams might fall to them, but they may be inclined, with what we're expecting a brand new coaching staff top to bottom. I think they're going to mash out and completely rebuild that. Of course, there's a new ownership group here, bringing in Caleb Williams as the face of their franchise. That may very well be their intent here. I don't think they're really keeping a secret here. But what do you think, Drew? Trade down Chicago with Washington at 3. Chicago obviously would be in position to get one of the better players in this draft, of course.
Yeah, and now that I'm looking at it too, the trade down would probably take him out that Marvin Harrison Jr. sweepstakes because Arizona's sitting there at 2. It's just something to consider.
Damn, you know what? You're right, man.
Yeah,
you are right.
We had a whole plan before, but
if my consolation prize is Malik Neighbors and we get an extra pick or 2 from Washington,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to weigh it out, right? We know Marvin Harrison is receiver 1, and he's probably he is the best prospect in the draft across the board, period. But Neighbors and Rome ain't too far off, man. I know Juice got him a lot closer than I think me and you, Headley, but them boys ain't far off, man. It's just kind of pick your flavor, what you like from those guys if you're not able to get Marvin Harrison, man. I'm still up to trade, man.
All right.
D Kid is lobbying for the Giants as far as the draft capital that he's willing to surrender in order to move up to one. I think it's entirely possible that, well, maybe not entirely possible. It'd be tough for Arizona to pass up Marvin Harrison Jr. They got a big void at the receiver position, so that would be tough. But they have a lot of work to do as well. So I think the Giants would be angling to get in front of New England, if not all the way up to 2. They certainly would be angling to get in front of New England because that's going to be another quarterback needy team. So let's see how it plays out. Drew, you'll select for 1. Hadley, you'll do 2, and I'll select 3, and then we'll just continue to roll through that in that particular order. All right. So, Drew, as the effectively the GM for the Bears here, you're thinking, let's trade down with Washington. Washington again, they're thirsty for Caleb Williams. Let's see what we can get out of Washington.
Let's do it, man. Let's pull the trigger. I know a 1 and a 2, I think, would do it. We want to make sure we're doing the right thing, though. We're trying to be realistic, right?
I imagine you're going to want a 1 next year.
Yeah, you get a 1 next year.
Yeah.
Definitely want that.
And if you can get one of these 2s, you'd be excited about that.
I don't think it's gonna let us do it though. We being too greedy.
Yeah,
right? Is what
you got to go with the 3 then. You got to go with the 3. The 3 should get her done. Whoa.
Say no.
Maybe a 1 and 2 2s.
I doubt it, but we can give it a shot. Let's see what NFL mock draft database talking about. Oh, that gets it done.
Okay.
I don't know that I'm doing this though. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm doing that either.
I'm not sure I would do this.
Yeah. Passing up on Marvin Harrison Jr. for this.
Yep.
Well,
not necessarily Marvin Harrison. No. I'm not talking about from a Chicago perspective.
You're talking about from Washington.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, if I'm Chicago, I'm definitely doing this. Easy.
I mean, that's essentially that's some high picks.
Washington again. I get it that you're looking for the face of your team,
right?
But yeah, D-Kid, D-Kid is suggesting
give Chicago a 3.
A 3. I think
back to Washington.
I don't know that they're going to be able to pull this off without giving up a 1 though, right? I just don't know that that's going to happen. So it would have to be something like a 4, maybe that second 4, maybe for this to happen. Is my thought. So let's see. Yeah.
There it is.
It have to be something like this, I think.
So the 1, the 4, the second 4, and
for mock draft database, I think what's realistic here is a 1-3 and then the 1 in 2025. I think that's realistic for mock draft database based on how it's configured here. This is the trade. So let's pull it. That put Commanders, the Commanders, in the first overall position. And Drew, I assume we make this trade. Obviously, we're trying to go get the quarterback we covet, which is Caleb Williams. I think we all currently have Caleb Williams still at quarterback 1. Is that correct?
Yeah,
correct.
Pull the trigger. Let's do it. I know. I like my man Sam Howell, but he's been slipping, and I think he's starting to leave a bad taste in the mouth of Commanders ownership and this new this new coaching staff is going to be coming through the door. Going to want their own guy. So I get it. Caleb Williams is the man.
All right. Caleb Williams, our first overall pick. That takes us to the second overall pick here, Headley.
Let's do another trade down, man. Let's shake it up, bro. Let's shake it up. Let's go to the Giants. The Giants trading up to number 2 to get in front of New England.
I hear you.
You know, let's get in front of New England.
I think this is the move that they have to make, right? In order to make that happen.
What's up, Brian? Just mocking it up, man.
I guess we got to do more of the same here.
Can I play with it?
Yeah, I think it's probably more of the same. There it is.
Yeah,
see
let's
what
get
you
it,
got.
man.
You got a 1. You got the 1. What was that?
1-4 and a 1 next year.
A
It's a
1,
4
and a 1. 1,
Yep.
4, and a 1.
And again, I'm thinking 1-3 and a 1 is what gets that deal done ultimately. All right. So Drake May, obviously, at this point.
Yep. Get that quarterback for New York.
Nice and easy. And
So
there's Marvin Harrison.
And Marvin Harrison Jr. is staring Chicago in the face here. As I look, again, the argument here is that Marvin Harrison's the best prospect in the class. Receiver is a need. Opposite DJ Moore, I mean, you have two guys who have, receiver one ability, obviously. The biggest concern to me with respect to the Bears is the offensive line. I think it still is an issue. Certainly with Olu Fashanu and Joe Alt at the top of the board available here, that's a consideration. But I'm with you. It's too much. The price is too steep, right, to pass on a Marvin Harrison Jr. As much as I love Malik Neighbors, unless you feel like Fashanu or Alt is a better prospect, Marvin Harrison Jr. is the pick here. All right, Drew. New England
Patriots. Patriots are a little hurt here, a little upset. But they sat around, let things happen, and they didn't play out in their favor. But they still have Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix Jr. at the quarterback position. We're not rolling out there with Mac Jones. That project, that whatever you want to call it, is done, over with. New coaching staff coming through the door. Belichick is going to go coach the Chargers, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to grab our guy, right? Mm-hmm. Is it our guy? Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I'm going to say our guy. I think he's playing for the best team in the country right now in Washington, and Michael Penix Jr., man.
DK said trade back, but that they trade back. But I'm with it here. And of course, I'm sure there will be people who feel like we selected the wrong quarterback, or you selected the wrong quarterback here, Drew. Why Penix over Daniels? I do want to take a little time to discuss this. Why Penix over Daniels?
Because I think he played in any system. And I saw a stat with Jaden Daniels. I think it was was it under pressure?
Mm-hmm. I think the same Penix stat we're talking about.
Yeah,
off platform.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. We talked about this last week. Yeah,
terrible.
Yeah, it's 22%.
Yeah, I think it was Penix the highest.
Yeah, Penix was like 71%.
Jaden Daniels had essentially was the lowest. And I've said this from the very beginning, when comparing those two, Daniels gives you a little bit more excitement, a little bit more flash with the speed, being able to run. But Penix is going to give you that traditional style drop back quarterback. He got some legs, but it's nothing close to any of the guys I think that have the two that have gone before him, plus Daniels. But he's going to get the ball out. He's going to get it out in time. He's going to get it to his guy. And he's played a lot of football, bro. So I'm going to go with that guy over Daniels. They're close, and I understand why some might go with Daniels because of the excitement, the flash, the dash, all that stuff. But Penix is been the guy, and he will continue to be the guy in front of Daniels for me. And listen, if Penix, if we're not talking about the red flags in terms of injury,
that's where I was going next. Yep.
Where would he be? He might be quarterback one. Right?
Yeah.
That's where he hasn't done anything wrong this year.
That's right? Exactly where I was going next, was that, if you take that out of the equation, and you can't, you have to do your homework. Those NFL medical training staffs are going to have to go in, poke and prod, figure out exactly what we're looking at, what we're dealing with. But if he is cleared, good bill of health, him being a scrambler runner was never necessarily part of his game. He was recruited as a pocket passer. He's always been a pocket passer. You see the caliber of arm he possesses, the anticipation that he throws with, the touch when he needs to take something off of it, and then of course the lasers, right? I'm still in that camp. I'm still in that camp that as much as Jaden Daniels has closed that gap, and as well as he's played this particular year, there's something about Penix, particularly with respect to his mental toughness, that I like, that I feel really good about leading my team. You know what I mean? I'm excited about Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels still needs a little work. You mentioned that stat as far as how they perform when they're off their spot. Yes, Daniels has the wheels to take off, but the name of the game is pushing the football down the field with that arm. You understand what I'm saying? In a phone booth, when things aren't necessarily perfect around you. So I'm certainly comfortable with Penix. I won't give people a hard time about Daniels, but I'm certainly in favor of Penix here as a third quarterback.
Yeah.
Off the board.
Yeah. Also, I've seen things on Twitter float around about Penix because I'm trying to figure out why folks aren't as high as Penix, and I've seen someone say the lower body mechanics. When he throws the football, the mechanics from his waist down. But if you ask me, a lot of these quarterbacks, including the number one quarterback, Caleb Williams, also has these same issues with mechanics. So it's something that all of these guys will have to work on, including Jaden Daniels as well. And we talk about the injury. Yes, Penix had the two knee injuries, previously, but the style of play that Jaden Daniels plays with, how he runs the football, I think that's an injury concern to me at the next level also.
Waiting to happen.
Yeah, because
that
guy,
injury waiting to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, man. He's like a dare out there. He's not even looking side to side. He's just running straight into guys. So I think he had to protect himself a little better at the next level, Jaden Daniels. But Penix, it's a clean sweep over here, man. He's our QB3, the arm talent. And like I said, I could argue that he could potentially be QB2 in this class.
I want to answer this question before we move on here, DK. I think Penix is better than Williams under pressure. What I mean by that, as it relates to still delivering from the pocket, right? The functional ability to slide, to step up, to deliver with bodies around you. Now, of course, Caleb, as far as his ability to create when there's confusion, when there's chaos around him, he's peerless. There's nobody in this class remotely close to him from that regard. I shouldn't say remotely close. I think Jaden Daniels has a little bit of that in his game, but certainly not to the extent that Caleb Williams has. And Caleb Williams also has a special arm, right? He's a very instinctive player, and he can spin. He can put the ball wherever he wants to. But I'm talking about drop back 3-5-7. All right, things are breaking down. The pocket is collapsing. Slide a little Joe Burrow. You understand what I'm saying? Just a little Joe Burrow. Nothing Superman like. We're not spinning out of stuff and taking off at 20-25 yards, or throwing off platform, whatever the case may be, and throwing a dime necessarily, although he's capable of that. It's the timing that he's playing with. It's the precision that he's playing with when things aren't perfect around him. That is the name of the game at the next level. That is what consistently plays at the next level. Whether you're early in your career, you're at the, kind of at your peak, or even on the back end of your career. As long as you can consistently navigate the pocket and deliver the football with anticipation, which he does on a consistent basis, whether he's being pressured or not, that plays at the next level. So again, just to kind of reaffirm, yeah, definitely quarterback 3 for us. With in my case, for me personally, I think Jaden Daniels certainly has closed that gap. He's a close 4. Coming into this season, he wasn't a first-round pick in my mind. He was a day 2 guy, an intriguing prospect. And of course, he's continued to get better and better. You see him throwing the ball with more pace, pushing the football downfield more consistently. You know what he does with his legs. But yeah, I think particularly for this New England team, Penix is the guy. All right, Headley, Arizona.
Arizona, definitely the wide receiver. It looks like Hollywood Brown might be out the door. Right now, Michael Wilson's dealing with some injuries, but you add Malik Neighbors next to Michael Wilson. I like that 1-2 combination. Wilson has the size, and Malik Neighbors, the ceiling is through the roof. I have him and Rome graded out the same number. I sided with Rome as my wide receiver too, because of the size, speed combo, the twitchiness in his route running. But Malik Neighbors, he's electrifying with the ball in his hands. It's just the ceiling, man. The ceiling is super high. Could take it the distance from anywhere on the field. He get in the run game. He could do it all, man. So you're looking at guys at the next level like a DJ Moore, a Tyreek Hill, a Deebo Samuel. These guys are playmakers and difference makers. So I think Malik Neighbors steps into Arizona and be just that for Kyler Murray.
You get no argument from me. That's why I didn't really add any additional commentary there. I love Malik Neighbors. I think he has the highest ceiling among all receivers in this class, including Harrison Jr. I think the floor may not necessarily be as high as Rome Odunze or Harrison Jr., but certainly the overall potential is through the roof. So pairing him up with Kyler Murray is exciting. It's an exciting proposition to think about. We have the Chargers here. We've gone in a couple of different directions here as far as what to do with the Chargers. The defense, every level needs attention. We're talking about trying to keep Justin Herbert upright. You have a shot here at both of these top tackles. They could use some weapons. We're expecting some things to change. Keenan Allen can't play forever. Quentin Johnson has had a bit of a rough rookie season, shown a little bit of life more recently, but still has some work to do. So what do you do here? What do I do here since I'm making the selection? I think this team has a lot of work to do. That's the way I feel about it. I think this team has a lot of work to do. And if I'm the Chargers, unless I'm planning on going with one of these tackles, which I very well could, I'm going to be on the phones. I'm going to see if I can find a trade partner, right? I need more draft capital. I think this roster is going to look very different over the course of the next couple of seasons. DK, I'm not mad at it. And throughout the mock drafts that we've done to this point, we've selected Bowers on occasion. We've fairly consistently selected Latu. Jake, man, I'm not there just yet.
I'm not there.
I'm not quite, but I love him. I love him, though. I love him. Who coaches the Chargers? Drew seems to believe it's going to be Bill Belichick. Thinks Belichick isn't finished here. I want to trade down. I'm going to trade down here.
What team,
I don't want him to touch this team, though, bro, in terms of building the team. And I know as a coach, you can't really do that. You got to be able to touch them boys, but he's been terrible in terms of the draft.
Yeah, the GM skills from Belichick. I know he's going to want to be a GM wherever he goes, but I would strongly consider that for any of these 32 NFL teams. I know that's Bill Belichick. I know what he's done, his resume, but if he wants to be the GM also, I'll probably have to turn that down, bro.
Yep. And then real quick, what Jake was saying in terms of this right here, neighbors. If Marvin Harrison had, let me say it right, Marvin Harrison Jr. had a Justin Fields or a Stroud as his quarterback, are we saying that same thing? Are we saying neighbors is possibly greater than, or are you saying that you're talking about once they're drafted? Because I'm talking about in terms of them still being in college.
There are things that Malik Neighbors does better than all the receivers in this class.
Run after catch.
Yeah, I'm not objecting.
And creating separation. Separation. That's another aspect that we haven't necessarily delved into a lot as far as in our conversations. But there's some advanced statistics that show that, he creates more separation than the guys that we believe are at the top. And for us, it's an amalgamation of Marvin Harrison Jr., Rome Odunze, and Malik Neighbors as far as our top three. I think at 4 and 5 is where we may differ a little bit more. But I have Neighbors at 2. You guys have Odunze at 2. And then, of course, Neighbors at 3. In that case, I have Odunze at 3. So there's just certain things that I think each receiver does better. And like I said, as far as separation is concerned, and that isn't to say that Neighbors is just this, technician as far as a route runner. I think he has actually room to improve there, which is a scary proposition, bro. It's scary, bro, what Malik Neighbors could turn into. When I look at Marvin Harrison Jr., and you guys may disagree, I see a lot of AJ Green. I see a lot of UGA AJ Green. AJ Green at his peak. That's what I kind of see from him, which obviously is a terrific player, right? And I mentioned the floor there, but Neighbors got a little something different about him, man. And if a coaching staff, a scheme, they can kind of tap into that, it's gonna be scary, man. He's gonna put up incredible numbers. All right, I got a trade here. I'm trading with the Dirty Birds, Headley. They're playing hardball as far as what they're willing to give up, but I'm going to take the additional draft capital and run. I'm still doing too much, bro. I'm still doing too much, man. I gotta exhaust. I gotta exhaust everything, but I'm gonna get a couple of threes, and of course, we're doing 3 rounds in this particular draft. I'm gonna take a pair of your threes here, Headley, from Atlanta, and I'm gonna add a 5 next year. All right.
So you're giving up Chargers 1 and a 5, and you taking a 1, a 3, and a 3 and a 1?
No. I'm giving up the 6th overall pick for the 10th. I'm getting 2 threes this year and a 5th next year.
Oh, and a 5th.
All right.
Make sure I got it.
All right. And of course, I did it to go get a quarterback, right? I know Headley is hurting for a quarterback over here, Desmond Ridder. We got Arthur Smith. I don't really know about that. I'm not so sure about that. But we're gonna get the aforementioned James Daniels. We've already talked about it. We talked about how dynamic he could be. I think this offense needs that injection. They need that splash. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's rough watching this offense, man. There's some talent on it. You know what I mean? You have a decent, above average offensive line, but we need something. We need someone to ensure that we can create some explosive plays, whether it be through the air or the ground. So Jaden Daniels is the pick.
Yeah, and you already know what the next pick is, bro. We're not even going. We're not.
What's the
play
next
with
pick?
It.
Brock?
No, Olu.
What?
Oh, you're going offensive tackle.
No, I wouldn't even. So I'm not even thinking offensive tackle. I'm thinking going Rome here.
Oh, that's right. You want to go receiver.
I'm thinking going Rome.
Sliding. Tackle sliding.
Here's why.
They ain't gonna get by Chicago.
Here's why.
Yeah, here we go.
It's because they have pick 38, and in my mind, they should be able to get them a tackle at 38. I think there will be one there at 38.
It's a deep tackle class.
I don't think there will be a guy with the juice that Odunze has. So I want to go receiver here. I'll probably get crucified in the comments, but that's okay. I'll take you.
All right, Rome Odunze. I mean, I think we all like this player. I think certainly him being selected in the top 10 isn't necessarily outside the realm of possibility. I think he's a good enough player. I think he's certainly the third best receiver in the class, in a very deep receiver class. I don't know that I would pass up Brock Bowers, though. I'm not sure I would pass up Brock Bowers in favor of Rome Odunze. But then again, you have Rome as your second ranked receiver. Yeah. So Rome Odunze to Tennessee. Jake, man, I'm sorry that you're not feeling well, man. I hope you feel better soon. What's going on, Al Paul?
What about Al?
Good to have you, Brian, and a D Kid as always, giving us a hard time. We love it. All right, Headley, you're back on the clock here.
Man, what a crazy situation for Chicago to trade out of one, get Marvin Harrison Jr., and then go get Olu Fashanu, our top tackle in this class. That's a dream scenario.
Top tackle. That is.
Yeah, that's top offensive lineman. Period, man. That's a dream scenario for Chicago. Got an extra first-round pick next season. Man, whoever the coach is going to be, he's going to be ecstatic, man. Olu Fashanu, just pass blocking, the movement skills. This guy's plug-and-play starter day one. He was offensive tackle 1 last year for Drew, and he's offensive tackle 1 this year for all of us. So Olu to the Bears.
All right, Olu to the Bears. The Bears are obviously having a terrific draft here thus far. Tennessee going with Rome Odunze. What's going on, Sean?
I'm sorry, Sean.
Sean was feeling the Joe Alt to the Titans, which I understand, but I probably wouldn't have gone Joe Alt. I probably would have went Brock Bowers. And I'm going to go Brock Bowers here. As much as I know. In fact, the Jets need to be trading down. The Jets need more draft capital, right? They got work to do. We got work to do here. But the receiving game, the offensive line, it's all bad. It's all bad. And I'm thinking to myself, if we're gonna roll out Aaron Rodgers next year, we don't necessarily know what long term it's gonna look like at the quarterback position. We need to be able to protect him. Mm-hmm. We need to be able to protect him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that Mekhi Becton will be back. He has struggled mightily. I think he leads the league in holdings and penalties. So it's not good. Elijah Vera Tucker hurt. There's work to be done. I'm gonna go get Joe Alt, man. I'm gonna go get Joe Alt. As much as I'd like to go get Brock Bowers, I think he'd be perfect, or exactly what they need from a skill position perspective in New York. I'm gonna go get Joe Alt. I'm gonna do the responsible thing here.
There you go, man. Be responsible. Ain't nothing better than being responsible, man. You got to pay the light bill, bro. But I don't want to pay the light bill. I want to go.
I considered the trade down, D Kid. Right. I consider the trade down, D Kid, but I think you got to go Joe Alt. With Joe Alt sliding a little bit there, I think you got to bite the bullet and go get Joe Alt. Keep whoever's playing quarterback upright.
And if it's Aaron Rodgers, I think he can alleviate some of it, right? Some of the issues in terms of what you don't have. So, if it was a Zach Wilson, I hate to say it, you're in trouble, right? So,
well, for sure. All right, I traded down. So you're now selecting for the Chargers here, Drew.
For the Chargers,
we're looking good, man. We got a nice bit of draft capital here, man.
We do,
and you got literally all the defensive players still on the board. You could have gone Latu at 6. He's still there, as well as Bowers.
As well as Bowers. This is You know what? Let's go Brock Bowers. I want to go Latu so
I like
bad.
it.
I gotta go Brock
Yeah,
Bowers.
it's one of those two.
Justin Herbert. They're gonna, the Keenan Allen can't play forever, like you said. Mike Williams, what's going on there? And you got to get a sure thing in terms of the receiver position, somebody that can make something happen because your boy's struggling. So we'll go ahead and we'll get us a Brock Bowers here, man. Lock it down.
I think he can make Herbert's life a lot easier.
Yeah.
Right. It just seems like things are just too hard at times, especially now that you can't dump it down to Eckler and Eckler make something happen because Eckler looks like he got old real quick. You know what I mean?
Real quick, bro.
So,
what happened, man? It's the running back position, though, man.
Hey, man, that's how it is.
Hey.
That's how it is.
Yeah, man. It's
now,
funny.
We like Bowers. We like Bowers to the Chargers.
We love Bowers. But it was funny because we mocked Bowers to the Chargers last week, and I've been seeing on Twitter. I've been seeing the images of Bowers to the Chargers. The image out there. I'm like, it's picking up steam, man. They said Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates.
Gotta be watching the show, man.
You're watching the show, man.
There's too many coincidences out here, man. They be lurking, man. These folks be lurking. All right, what do you do here at 11 for New Orleans, Headley?
We're going to get the best pass rusher in the class, man. Latu, the hand technician, burst off the line. If you want to get cute with him, he could drop back in coverage also. Just a versatile edge from UCLA. And the Saints, they're getting older along the defensive line, especially, Cam Jordan out there. He can't play forever. So perfect replacement there in Latu.
All right. Jake, I got your Packers on the clock here, man. I've gotten a lot of feedback from some of the other Packer fans in terms of the direction we could go to. When we went Latu last week, Jake was excited about it, but the Packers faithful weren't.
Comments.
They didn't like it. They must not know yet.
Like it. But I get it. Rashawn Gary, they still got Preston Smith. They extended him. You know what I'm saying? You Van Ness, you know what I'm saying? I get it. I get it. I'm not passing up Latu, but considering that he's not on the board here, we are going to address the secondary. The secondary or tackle, I think, are two areas that they absolutely need to address. I'm going to get the corner. I'm going to get a corner here. I'm going to go with my guy, man. He may not necessarily be the best corner, from a consensus perspective, but I'm going to go with my guy. I'm going to go get my guy, man. Nate Wiggins.
See, the thing about Nate Wiggins, he's probably the best zone corner in the class. It depends if it's man or zone. Kool-Aid might be the best man corner, but Nate Wiggins is probably the best zone corner. So it depends on the scheme and what teams are looking for. So I'm not mad at Nate Wiggins being the first corner off the board.
All right. Drew, you're back up. Vegas.
It's up to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about this a couple different times in terms of Vegas and kind of where they finish. I know Antonio Pierce over there ruining these guys to go get a quarterback. I know they got Aiden Connell, and we know what's the guy who always getting hurt and can never
Garoppolo.
Garoppolo can never finish a season. But I don't want to force this, man. I don't want to force this. These boys, they could use a corner. But do I just want to go get the best defensive player? Let me ask y'all a question, man. Have y'all watched the saga of Chandler Jones? Like, is that what's happening?
I haven't paid particularly close attention to it. I'll be honest with you.
Man, it's prayers, bro. You just got to do prayers for that, bro.
Mess, just a mess. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone, man. Let me.
A lot of Cooper DeJean love for the Packers. I understand it. I understand it. I do, but not with Wiggins and McKinstry on the board. I'm not sure I would go there first. What's it gonna be, Drew? What's it gonna be?
I don't
Raiders.
You need to trade out, bro.
I'm thinking about it. You know me, I don't like to move, man. I like to sit right where I'm at, make my move right there. But well, let me ask one last question before I make this pick. Is Antonio Pierce the coach? Is that who we're going with?
Yes, we're going with Pierce. They made the mistake with letting Rich Bisaccia go. Let's go. Antonio Pierce is the guy.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm happy with it. All right. If I trade out, Let me just see. I got to think through it, man. I got to think through it. Who we trading with if I trade out?
And what they trading up for.
Yeah,
I think of that too. I don't know if it's a guy out, a lot of talented players, but
that you covet. That you covet, right?
Like a quarterback or anything like that.
Right.
We're not gonna do that. All right, man. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go get the best defensive lineman that's left on the board. All right. And hold on, just gotta wait this out. Make sure I'm making the right decision. Don't want to screw this up. I'm kind of deciding between. They give me the conversation.
There's an electric gun got you, bro.
I'm about to run up. No. I got Zerzon Newton, man, to Denver, man. Zerzon, that's the pick.
It's either Zerzon or it's Jared Verse, but then what am I doing with Tyree? Am I kicking him inside?
That's the question.
Yeah. I mean, that's
kind of where
question.
I'm kind of going back and forth with those that. So,
where do you think Tyree Wilson should be playing? Zerzon? Okay,
no,
so Tyree stays at edge.
I'll make it easy.
Gotcha.
Make it easy.
All right, Big Johnny Newton. Well, I mean, we get what we want, right? We get what we want out of Johnny Newton. He's going to play 3 technique on this particular team and let him one gap, let him be disruptive, get upfield. All right, Heather, you got Denver. You had a lot of time to think about this pick.
You did.
Nah, I was going to get Newton, so now I got to rethink it.
You got to rethink it?
Yeah, I was getting Zerzon Newton. We talk about the Broncos, the whole Russell Wilson saga. He's not going to be there. So the quarterback is a big need for these boys right now. This is a team that could potentially trade up, but with all the quarterbacks off the board,
they have to like somebody though.
Yeah,
around the 10 to 15 range, they have to like somebody because it's not as if they have a ton of draft capital to work with.
That's true,
right?
They don't have a second.
So they have to in their minds, they have to be like, okay, here are the handful of guys. Maybe they had the first round grade on Bo Nix and JJ McCarthy. I don't know.
Yeah. They kind of forcing my hand right here with the quarterback situation. So I'm gonna go the next quarterback on the board. I'm gonna go Bo Nix to Denver. Let's do it. Bo Nix is, to me, one of the better system quarterbacks. Has the athletic, the legs to escape. His accuracy. That's what really stands out to me. Accuracy in the pocket, accuracy out the pocket. And I think Sean Payton likes that. He likes guys like that. He played with Drew Brees a lot of years, very accurate quarterback. And he probably it's a guy that he probably likes in this area. And the guy's probably Bo Nix, man. So we're going Bo Nix to Denver at 14.
This is a team I think probably ends up getting a Joe Flacco type. That's just kind of sitting out for agency. Yeah, and just going to have to run it because they don't have the capital to do what they actually really want to do, which is trade up. Unless they plan on giving away the farm and saying we're going to go get our guy, and this is what our draft
makes sense to me. I mean, I guess it's not this necessarily this year. It's 2025. When I say this year, I'm talking about 2024. It's 2025 that they're concerned about, right? They're sitting Russell because of a guarantee that goes into place come March, this new league year for 2025, right? I don't think this happens if they weren't on the hook for that in 2025. They plan to go in a different direction, or I think that's what the plan was, to go in a different direction as early as 2025. But the contract forces their hand with this particular guarantee, this injury guarantee. So now they're having to pull the plug on that, even though Russell Wilson's playing the best ball we've seen over the last 3 years or so. You understand what I'm saying? Like they're in a tough spot. They're in a tough spot. And to have to, because we're not quite as high on Bo Nix. We think Bo Nix certainly has come a long way. I think Bo Nix does end up finding his way into the first round, in the draft when it's all said and done. But I don't know that I want to take Bo Nix at 14. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Heather, you kind of had your hand forced there. So Minnesota's on the clock here. For me, it's between Dallas Turner and Jared Verse. Listen, man. Listen, I think the scheme is going to make the difference here for me. And in this particular scheme, I'm leaning Dallas Turner. I'm going with Dallas Turner in this one. So let me get the edge out of Alabama. I think he's a better run defender than Jared Verse. Verse, a better pass rusher to this point, but I think there's a lot of meat still on the bone there with Dallas Turner.
Yeah, and thank you. I appreciate you, man. I'm going to take Jared Verse right here for the Arizona Cardinals. Go ahead, man. Appreciate
I know
you.
you are. I know you are. Malik Neighbors, Jared Verse here with the first 2 selections for Arizona, so they're off to a really great start. Pittsburgh, Headley.
Yeah, man, this is another team that could potentially think quarterback. I know we were big on Kenny Pickett, QB1 in that draft class. Man, looking back at that draft class, man, that draft class wasn't good, man. Your boy Desmond Ridder, Sam Howell's probably performed probably the best out of the class. I think Malik Willis was in that draft class also.
Yeah.
And that draft class, people didn't really like that draft class, and it came to fruition. And but right now, all the quarterbacks off the board. They probably have to ride Pickett out another year. Hopefully he improves. Get a new offensive coordinator in there. See how that goes. But yeah, I'm gonna go corner, man. I'm gonna go get Kool-Aid McKinstry, pair him up with Joey Porter Jr. Let's lock down the back end. Play some Steelers football.
All right, Kool-Aid to Pittsburgh. I like that duo. I like that young duo there at corner. Cincinnati on the clock. We're all very familiar with, their need at receiver. I think they still need to improve their offensive line. I'm not sure what the plan is long term with Jonah Williams. He's in the final year of his deal. Maybe since he's kind of taken to the right tackle position, they'll bring him back. I'm not so sure. I'm not certain at this point. Some larger or actually key players, their contracts are starting to expire. So on the defensive side of also, there's something to consider there. But receiver is the biggest need at this point. And of course, you know how I feel about the depth of this class at receiver. I don't love anybody on the board here at 18, right? So for me, I'm considering trading down. And what I want to do is I want to find a trade partner that has a need at the edge position, because I think once we get past Chop Robinson, there's a bit of a pretty steep decline as far as the pass rush is concerned. So who might be willing to trade up to acquire Chop Robinson at this point? That's what I'm looking for.
Bro, have you traded every pick, bro? What's going on, bro?
Not every pick.
You ever played Madden with this guy, bro? Franchise mode? You gonna trade down, bro?
I'm gonna trade. Hey, listen. I come from the school of Jimmy Johnson, baby. We trading down, man. You feel me? All right.
Yeah.
So who is it? Who's the team that's climbing here? Maybe a edge away. Who's maybe an edge away? I think the Rams are in that conversation.
Rams could be in there. Can't see the rest of the picks, so let me hold up.
I think the Colts could use an edge.
They need that corner too, though.
Yeah,
they need that corner too.
Mm-hmm.
How about the Texans? Texans probably need an interior though.
Do you think Chop works for that scheme though? I mean, it's a even man front there. He's not necessarily a traditional 4-3 edge. Or do you not care? You say, listen, he knows how to hunt the quarterback. He knows how to hunt the quarterback, so go get him. The question is, do they bring Grenard back? I think he's earned himself a pretty good payday.
Yeah, I think he'll.
DK, I agree with you. Jacksonville is one of those teams, especially with Josh Allen, his contract expiring. Yeah. I've mentioned it before. Buffalo? They have to bring him back. Buffalo's in the conversation too. They're in the conversation too.
They're at 24. Because then it's Kansas City, Dallas, Houston, Detroit, Miami, Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Baltimore.
Let me see what Jacksonville is whether or not they.
Yeah, I think Jacksonville's a team because that Josh Allen contract, Trayvon Walker.
So if you're making this trade, you're assuming Josh Allen is walking. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think that wouldn't be a good idea. Obviously,
no, it'd be terrible.
It'd be a bad idea.
Sign him back.
But you
especially with a secondary that's kind of struggling. Also, you need a guy to get after the quarterback.
Let's pivot to Buffalo. All right, and let's get a 4 next year as well.
So you're doing a 1, a 4, and a 4.
Yep, 4 in 2025. Okay. All right, Chop Robinson is the pick, and I know Bills are electric. He's gonna let me know. He's gonna let me have it that Robinson doesn't necessarily fit the archetype, but to your point, to your point, I think there's a bit of a drop off.
There you
right?
go. He already got you right there.
You know what I'm saying?
6'5",
I know what Bill. I know what Bills Are Electric was going to tell me. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. But I'm drafting for the Bills, right? And I just think if a guy
has that worked though, 6'5", 260, has that worked? Is my question.
Not necessarily.
You know what I'm saying?
Epinesa has kind of figured it out. I think Epinesa has figured it out.
Okay.
You know how I feel about Rousseau.
Yeah, he's inside, but Von Miller is chop size, and that's the guy. Size.
Yes,
that's been getting pressure in Buffalo. So
that's where I was going to go next.
Mm-hmm.
I think Braylon Trice DK fits the archetype more, but I think the better player as far as getting after the passer is Chop Robinson. So Bills Are Electric. I am sorry to disappoint you, but Chop Robinson is the guy. Vaughn hasn't worked out because of that injury.
Yeah,
I think when Vaughn was healthy
before the injury.
Yeah, Vaughn was healthy. He was doing his thing. Plus, he's longer in the tooth. He's longer in the tooth at this point. All right. Who's to say Chop Robinson can't get bigger, get stronger? All right, Tampa Bay. Drew.
Yeah, we talked about this before, and these boys are kind of sitting in kind of no man's land. This assumption is that Baker's playing best football he's played since maybe his rookie year, and the team's kind of turning on, and hopefully they get this 6-game winning streak going. Put the Saints out of their misery here come Sunday. But I'm thinking, you know me, I don't like to trade, and I'm not going to trade. Right, it's too much work. But I'm going to take the best secondary player on the board, and I'm going to take Cooper DeJean. Right now, their safety, I think, is the best safety in the league. And Antoine Winfield Jr. I know some people are going to argue with that's Kyle Hamilton, but you look at them numbers. I know a lot of people don't watch the Bucks, but you can't miss that dude, bro. He's special. Cooper DeJean next to him, special and special, bro. I don't know what special plus special means. Special plus 2,
special
I guess.
Squared.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Exponents higher. Let's go, bro.
All right, Helly.
Colts. Yeah, we talked about potential edge, but the bigger need is a cornerback. So I'm gonna go grab Terrion Arnold from Alabama. Love the way he's playing this year. Improved his draft stock a ton. Could play off coverage. I like how he come up in sticks. Because when I watched the tape the season before, I'm like, he's a little hesitant to hit.
Yeah, the physicality wasn't necessarily there.
Yeah, it wasn't there, but he got his big boy pants on this season, man. He comes up to hit. He's physical, and he's playing just as good as ball, or even probably better ball than Kool-Aid McKinstry this year. So I think Arnold's a first-round guy, man. We're gonna get him in Indianapolis.
All right, what's going on, Big Al? Big Al approves of your selection, Drew. By the way. Seattle on the clock. I gotten a lot of feedback with respect to Seattle's selection here too, right? So obviously they're in the market for a quarterback. D-Kit said he doesn't think I'd be shocked if Seattle didn't take Trice. Mr. C. Prasky, the way Mr. C. Prasky and a lot of Seattle fans feel is that the edge position is pretty set. They're looking for down linemen. Yeah, they're looking for down linemen. The linebacker position, I think the cupboard is bare as far as contracts are concerned. Guard ultimately is a position that they need to improve. I don't know that they would address it necessarily first round. And then of course there's quarterback, right? What's going to happen long term, Geno Smith, whatever the case may be. But I'm gonna throw the grenade. I'm gonna throw the grenade, right? Because there are gonna be some people that it's too soon. It's too soon. Don't do it. Reconsider. A little outcast. I'm going with T Sweat, man. Listen, man, I think he's more than just a run defender. As we've talked about, he can affect the passer. I don't expect huge sack numbers, but that hand usage, the leverage that he plays with, the strength and the space that he occupies, double teams at that collegiate level, they haven't really worked. They haven't worked against this guy. You know what I'm saying? So I think he makes everybody better around him, right? It may not always show up in the, box score, but certainly he can make everybody better here in Seattle. So T'Vondre Sweat is the selection.
Bro, I thought you were gonna go Cooper BB, bro.
Too soon.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Too soon.
Yeah, man. Gotta try something sometimes, man. All right, man. Next up is me, the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's me, right? Or is that Headley? It's me?
It's you.
Okay. Just
it's to you.
not moving too fast. For Jacksonville, they're going to need a receiver, but I'm not going to force it here with the Keon Coleman or anybody of that ilk. They do need offensive line, and we talked about them boys needing edge, but Juice done did the damage. How you feel about Brandon Dorless for this team? Is that what's your take on that for the Jaguars?
Listen, there's another that's another one. That's another player that I think we're much higher than
on
the consensus is.
Right.
So people are very much like, "Oh, you're reaching too soon. Don't do it." Brandon Dorless has the goods, bro. Brandon Dorless can play your 3 technique, your 4-eye, your 5. You can line up in the 7. I wouldn't put wide 9 past him. The only thing I don't necessarily want to see Brandon Dorless doing is lining up over the center on a consistent basis as a nose, right?
As a nose, yeah.
As a nose and an odd man front. He may be capable of that too, but I don't want to do that to him. But he's one of my favorite players, and I know Headley last season really laid eyes on him and was like, "Yo, this is the man over there." And the more I watch Brandon Dorless, the more I become a fan.
All right, so you convinced me.
That's what you're doing?
I'm gonna go Brandon Dorless.
Ooh, Brandon Dorless.
Yeah, man.
All right, over JT, over Braylon Trice, Jack Sawyer.
Yeah. You're gonna hear about that in the comments, but I'm not mad at it, Drew. When you go on the tape, man, he's putting up better, than Trice. I like him better than JT. Just could play anywhere along the defensive line, edge, interior, get after it. The dog he plays with, the tenacity. Yeah, I love the pick, bro.
All right, Headley, you're up with the Rams.
The Rams. Looking a little bit at offensive line here. I know Latham's still on the board, but the scheme fit, I don't think, it's a McVay offensive lineman. I think if they do go offensive lineman, it might be Amarius Mims. Mims is big, fast, get to the second level in that zone scheme. But I'm also looking at defense, man. I'm looking at Braylon Trice. I think Braylon Trice is a beast. I know the knock on him and why some people don't like him as much as maybe I do is how he plays in space. But just don't put him in space. Just put him along the defensive line. Let him go forward because he's a guy that converts speed to power really well. You can play games up front with him. He can rush from the inside. And I just like the Rams continue to build this young defense. This young defense is very impressive for the Rams. You got your Lightning and Byron Young. And why don't you add the Thunder and Braylon Trice on the other side? So I'm going to go Trice to the Rams.
All right, Trice to the Rams.
You can't say he's the second best pass rusher.
I don't dislike Trice. But I got 4 guys ahead of him as pass rushers.
There's meat left on the bone with him, man. There's meat left on the bone.
As pure edge rushers, I got 4 guys ahead of him currently. So I gotta go back to the tape, D-Kid. I definitely got to go back to the tape. All right, I traded down with Cincinnati, so here I am now selecting for Cincinnati. I talked about receiver, man. We need a receiver. No Higgins, no Boyd. Potentially this upcoming season, I definitely don't expect Higgins to return. He's gonna fetch too much of a price here, man. But again, I'm not sure about the Jonah Williams situation, and Joe Burrow can't stay healthy. We have to keep him upright. So I'm gonna go with Talise Fuaga. I'm gonna go with Fuaga here to man that right tackle position.
I like it.
I think we kind of right now, because we were all talking about that offensive tackle 3 with Latham, Fuaga. We were going back and forth. I think right now I'm on board with jumping Fuaga over JC Latham. So you picking him over Latham, I think we're all on board with that right now.
Yeah.
All right, KC, Drew.
On me. All right, man. So this is easy. It's either a receiver, right, or it's an offensive tackle because Donovan Smith is not getting the job done, right? We understand that. And your boy Patrick Mahomes out there running for his life. I'm gonna go between these two. I'm gonna go Latham, man. Let me grab me a Latham.
All right,
JC Latham, man.
JC Latham's a pick. I guess you got to figure out who's going to play left tackle. Is it going to be Taylor?
We'll figure it out.
Is it going to be Latham? It's going to go with the player. All right, Dallas Headley.
I guess we're doing the offensive tackle run, man, because I'm going to improve the offensive line in Dallas. I'm going to go Amarius Mims. We can keep Tyler Smith in that left guard. I know you like him at that left guard, Juice. So we're going to put Mims at the tackle position.
All right. That takes us to Houston. And what should I do here? I know we've talked a lot about that defensive line. But I think I could wait there. Leonard Taylor's intriguing, but I think I could wait there. Jonathan Grenard may be back. You know what I mean? He certainly has earned it. He may be too rich for their blood when it's all said and done. Tackle, offensive line, guard. Fa'utunu.
You think they need him? That would be my question.
I don't know about the need. Well, let's think about it. So left tackle is good. If we move Titus Howard back to right tackle, Shaq Mason, I think you have your center. He slides in that left guard for you. I think with the ability to play tackle, assuming Titus Howard isn't part of your long-term plans after this. Yeah, I really do want to go in that particular direction, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show the youth some love. I'm gonna go get my safety, man.
Oh man, I didn't see that coming.
Give me my safety.
Curveball.
Give me my safety, man. Will Anderson and the boys up front. The thing about it is that, and again, you can obviously make the argument that safety, you're going to look for day two. We were higher, like for instance, Brian Branch. We had a day one grade on him, and he went round two. So from a value perspective, I certainly can understand pushback from that perspective. The defensive line, the interior defensive line, I like the depth there. I think we can address that day two. I don't think anybody, and we can argue about this because I know you guys like Bullock and Newbin. I think as far as center field is concerned, nobody does it better. Nobody does it better. You can rush four. You can get into your cover three and let him play center field and turn the football over. So I like Cam Kitchens here to Houston. Detroit, Drew.
All right, Detroit, we either going corner or we're going defensive line here because I think offensively these boys are set, ready to go. And we are going, let me grab. See, do I want to get cute? No, we're not going to get cute, man. Let me stay the course. Let's get the guy who shows up when it's most needed. There's two guys that do that from the edge position. That's JT and that's Jared Verse. Let me get JT right here, man.
All right, Tuamala. Yeah, a lot of upside here. I just don't see the consistency, man.
Yeah, that's the only thing he's lacking. I can't push back against that.
Yeah, I love his hands and technical savvy from him. I think what might maybe potentially bring him down boards is those athletic testing numbers. He's not one of those Jared Verse, Dallas Turner,
explosive
guys. But he plays the game good, man. He's sound. He's very sound on defense.
All right, Fins, Headley.
Oh, I'm gonna do the right thing here, man. They got all the speed in the world. Mike McDaniel's got Tyreek, Waddle, Mostert, Achane. Man, it hurts me to say Achane, man. Achane, bro. It's Achane, man. No, I'm gonna respect them, bro. Achane.
Is it Devon? Devon? How you say the first name?
Devin. I thought it was Devin.
I don't know. I'm making sure I'm not messing it up.
I know it's Achane though, but so I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna go offensive line. We got to get that right. We're gonna get the interior right, and we're gonna go Troy Fa'utanu from Washington.
Great pick. Philadelphia on the clock here. What do I do with here, Philly? Again, this has been one of those really intriguing teams in the draft thus far, right? We know that there's a clear need at the second level of the defense, but again, we talk about value, right? Do we go off-ball linebacker this early? Defensive line, and I mean, edges, hand in the ground edges. I think they have Hassan Reddick, Nolan Smith, those bendy types, but hand in the ground edges is a question mark here as certain players are getting a little bit longer in the tooth. Brandon Graham. Fletcher Cox is an interior guy, and he'll be out. You got your two big guys there, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, but you may want to add some depth here. We're not seeing the same Josh Sweat, so that's a consideration. Who fits the bill? I'm not sure anybody does here currently on the board. You understand what I'm saying? So that takes me to corner. Do we like we like the young guys. We like Keely Ringo. We like Eli Ricks. You know what I'm saying? Darius Slay still playing at a particularly a fairly decent level. Bradbury has struggled this year. Even though they extended him, they've struggled here. But they've obviously got some guys in the wings there. There's a question about tackle long term, right? Particularly the right tackle position. And you got a couple guys here that I think may not necessarily be thrust into immediate playing time, but could come in and be the guy in a year or so. And the guy that's really growing on me is Jordan Morgan, man. Jordan Morgan is really starting to grow on me. You understand what I'm saying among these tackles? Of course, last season that dealt with the injury, came back, and he looked really good. He looked really good against my guy Latu as well. So let's go Jordan Morgan here.
Mad at it.
All right, Drew. San Fran.
All right, San Fran, we're gonna go get my man Kingsley right here. Let's keep it nice, simple, easy. I'm not even gonna try to say the first name. We're just gonna call him Kingsley and keep it moving.
Well, Kingsley is his first name.
No. I mean his last name. Come on, bro.
Okay, there you go. I want to make sure that we were all on the same page here. We're on the same page. We talking different languages. All right, Baltimore, Headley.
Man, you know, Keon Coleman's still on the board. A wide receiver would be a good get here. I think they can improve that room. Cornerback is another position they could improve. Brandon Stevens is playing decent, and your boy Marlon Humphrey's still over there. So I'm gonna go get the wide receiver. I'm gonna go get the wide receiver. Get Lamar Jackson, a big play weapon, a red zone threat, matching with Zay Flowers, and we're gonna get Keon Coleman, man. Y'all sleeping on my boy, bro. Y'all sleeping on him, man.
Bro, you could have picked him at any time, sir.
Y'all got a couple of disdain for this guy, bro. I've been listening to y'all, bro.
Disdain.
Disdain. Keon's a first round talent.
I think he is certainly in the conversation for the first round for me. I think the national pundits, I think they're entirely too high on him, bro. They got him as like a top 12 prospect. I don't see it, bro.
I don't see that.
I think late first round is where he fits in. That's where he fits in. And I think landing in Baltimore is terrific. The blend of him, Zay Flowers, you get Mark Andrews back. You see what Isaiah Likely does with any opportunity that he gets. Shaw Bateman is always open. You just got to catch it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I actually like how those players and those body types, skill sets complement one another. So I like that pick. Carolina needs a receiver too. They also need an offensive tackle. The question is, what do we prioritize? Because Bryce Young's getting the stuff and beat out of him. Of course, he's coming off a really good game here against Green Bay. He lit him up. I think the conventional wisdom says go get your offensive line, right? Especially with a deep class as far as receivers concerned. But there's another guy who I think belongs in the first round, and D-Kit has it nailed right here. It comes down to Tyler Guyton and Xavier Legette for me. I'm gonna go with my guy Legette, man. I'm gonna go with Legette. I'm gonna get that tackle though. I'm gonna get somebody to help this offensive line at some point. May have to get aggressive with it, but I'm gonna get some help in here for Bryce Young. Let's go with Legette here at 33.
Yeah, I'm just leave this right here, bro. All right, let's leave that right there.
All right. Okay. Drew, you know something, huh?
Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? I do my homework sometimes. Sometimes I copy off the person next to me, and sometimes I do my work, bro. I did my work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Didn't get caught by the teacher, man. No.
What's going on,
Is this me right here?
Up. Yep.
All right, Arizona. So we went Malik Neighbors. We got Jared Verse liking the draft for these for the Arizona Cardinals. This is a team who also they say they need an offensive tackle, but it depends on how you feel about what they have, right? But I'm gonna go.
Headley hates DJ Humphries, and I know why Headley hates DJ Humphries.
He's a
Gator, bro. He's a Gator. He hates him, bro.
That's the reason I didn't think of that. Now that you mentioned it.
Come on, bro. Here we go. I'm gonna go cornerback here. I'm gonna stay away from the offensive line. I'm okay with what we got. I'm gonna skip all the guys that we got in front of us here. I'm gonna give a guy love that been given love. I'm gonna continue to give love, and that's Josh Newton from TCU.
Yes, sir. Again, another player that we're probably higher on than the consensus here. All right, Headley, you're back on the clock for New England. You went Michael Penix.
Yeah.
Or was that you, Drew? That was you, Drew, right?
That was me. You know?
Yeah. Michael Penix. What do you follow that up for with an encore here, Hadley?
We need to give him some weapons. You know,
Yes,
we can't
sir.
have Michael Penix. The slot receiver's been playing pretty good for them. Was that DeMario Douglas?
Yeah.
He's been playing pretty well for them. But we need a big body guy on the outside. It's two guys right there. Well, it's four. To me, it's four guys, bro. Because I like what Adonai Mitchell does on the outside. I like what Troy Franklin does. I like what Tez Walker from North Carolina does. And I like what Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU does. I think those four guys. Yeah, those four guys.
Would you say they're on the same tier? Kind of in the same tier?
Yeah, they're kind of, to me, they're right there on the tier. They're not, I got my four, and Leggett's probably my five. And then after that, I think those guys are the next receivers on the board. Yeah. So they got the pick of the litter right here for New England. And I'm going to do something. I'm not going to go with who y'all think I'm going to go with. I don't know. I don't even know who y'all think I'm going to go with. But I'm going to go. Yep. Hey, Drew, you got me, bro. I'm going to go Tez Walker.
Yeah, I like Tez.
From UNC. He's even is leaving. I love him on those in-breaking routes, those deep in-breaking routes. And I think you can pair him with DeMario Douglas, have Michael Penix at quarterback, and let's get this offense going for New England.
Yeah, I think in a previous mock draft, I took Tez at 33, bro, to Carolina. So it's either been tackle or receiver for Carolina, right, with their first pick of the draft, which is 33rd pick overall. And I've actually taken Tez there, but I'm going with Leggett. That's my guy now, bro. I'm all in. I'm all in. All right, that takes me to Washington. Of course, we have Washington, the Commanders, trading up to select Caleb Williams. A lot of smoke around that. There's a lot of buzz around Washington coveting Caleb Williams, so we made that happen. We need to protect him. We need to protect him, and I'm going to do that by selecting Tyler Guyton. Quickly.
I like it.
All right. Brock Bowers. Ooh, it's a great start. After the trade down, by the way.
That is.
Another trade down. You know, they say I'm a trade down. That's what they say. I trade down, bro.
That is what you do, bro. The trade down master. For this team here, can I go Patrick Paul from Houston? Can I slide him in there, please? Can we do that?
You're trying to get that offense right, huh?
Yeah, we're trying to get the offense right. We'll figure out the defense, man. We'll figure it out. So this is a defense-heavy draft. No, well, I guess defensive line-wise, maybe. And safety. Oh, corner. Oh, maybe. I'm talking myself into it.
Drew, he said Roma Dunze at 7, man.
Yeah.
He said Roma Dunze at 7, so he's making it happen here. What do you do? What do you do here at 38 with Dunze now in the fold?
And I said there would be tackles left, man.
And it's not much tackles left.
you just took them.
You know, they went off the board, but that I was talking about that boy from Yale.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about him a little. Yeah, he dominated his competition over there at the FCB level. I think he has a lot of great tools, but I think it's a little too early here for Tennessee. So, you know, I'm gonna grab the best offensive lineman left. It might not be a tackle in his position, but I'm gonna go grab Graham Barton from Duke. He could play all along the interior. You know, if in a pinch, he could probably play tackle also, but the length is not really there. What teams are looking for. So we could push him inside to Tennessee, man. And I like the Jalen Duncan, Peter Skorowski, Graham Barton. So I like the start of that offensive line for Tennessee.
All right. Graham Barton has consistently found his way into the bottom of the first round in our mock draft. So him sliding here to 38 represents great value for Tennessee. And like you said, you know, he has some position flexibility. Of course, I think a lot of NFL teams are viewing him as a center. And I think he's going to be playing center at Mobile during the Senior Bowl as well, so we get a chance to see what he does there. All right, let's move on to New York. D-Kit, I got you. We're gonna get the offensive line right. Let's go with Cooper Beebe. Let's keep it simple. Actually, before I do that, let me just take a quick peek around.
For a trade, bro.
Not for a trade. Not for a trade.
Just checking, bro. Just checking.
You know, guys might be sliding. You know what I'm saying? They do need a receiver. You know what I mean? But again, a lot of depth there. Is there a receiver that I really like? I don't know. DK, what you think? DK likes BB. Let's do BB, man. Let's do the right thing.
BB.
Spike
Cooper
Lee.
BB.
All right, Packers on the clock here.
Packers need a tackle, man. But I don't. Headley, tell me about. Is it Curran?
You had the draft capital, man. You had the draft capital to go do the thing, man.
Yeah, Curran is this 36-inch arms. The length is there. The explosiveness off the ball. I stopped watching the tape after halftime. I'm like, yo, this is unfair.
Golfing people.
He shouldn't be playing with these guys out
Ivy
here, man.
League. He should be in the Ivy League with it, bro.
Dominating, bro.
What do we always say though? If you're gonna play, if you're gonna go to the league and you're coming out of a conference,
the lower levels from a competition perspective,
yes, you gotta dominate, bro.
You gotta, and he did that, man. And it would have been great to see him at maybe like a Senior Bowl. I'm not sure his eligibility if he's a senior or not, but you could get underclassmen now at the Senior Bowl. So.
He's on the wish list. Or the watch list.
but the injuries, he suffered a groin injury. So because you want to see guys like that dominates at that level against better competition at the Senior Bowl. But hopefully he gets healthy and we can see him out there. But you know when you watch the tape, you want to see. You go to like Our Lads or something to see what number someone is wearing. I was like, I'm not even checking his number. I could tell who he's already on the football field. He doesn't belong out there, man. So he's going to be an interesting project for whatever team that drafts him.
All right. Well, I'm going to draft him unless Jake's going to tell me not to. If Jake's still in the building. No, Jake? Jake going once?
Oh, Jair, bro. Yeah, boy.
Jair.
That man wild, bro.
Character.
Got the shades on, just...
Character. Come on, Drew.
He's at home, bro. What you mean? I can't call the. And then he almost laid it down like I did back in the day playing Madden 93, 94, bro.
See, I want to go on defense.
Yeah, he ain't say defer. Yeah, what you mean? Like, what do you, bro? You ain't never been out there to do the toss before.
Oh my goodness,
bro. That man a fool, bro. All right, yeah. Let's go ahead and Let's give this tackle. Sometimes I pick players because I want to give them love because no one's talking about them, and so let's go ahead and draft the Yale offensive tackle Curran.
All right, Washington's on the clock here. Caleb, Tyler, Guyton. We need an edge. We need somebody to play edge.
Yeah,
Chase Young going in there.
Edge.
We need somebody here.
Yeah, Chase Young and Montez Sweat is gone. I checked out the Isaac from Penn State. Jonah Ellis is a high intensity player. Little on the smaller end, but he gives it with effort and technique. But Braswell, I think Braswell is a guy that kind of fits what they like, those bigger physical edges. So let me look at corner before. There's a lot of good corners on the board too. But they got a corner. They drafted Forbes. So
and I'm not even sure Forbes is in the starting lineup.
Yeah, so. I know.
He started off well, and then he kind of just disappeared.
That 160 started to show up.
You know what? I'm gonna show a guy some love here, bro. I'm gonna show the Purdue corner and this Rakeshaw Jr. Missouri. What I said?
Yeah. Purdue.
Oh, my bad. Missouri. I was watching some tape on him and his Chris Abrams-Drain. Abrams-Drain, a lot of ball skills over there, but Rackshaw, he got that thing about it. The fluid hips, the sticky hips, the football IQ. He can play inside, outside versatility. He comes up, he's feisty, he hits. So there's a lot of good things about Rackshaw, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in the first round when it's all said and done.
What's going on, Troy? Troy checking in. He likes Braswell. He likes Braswell here, but Headley's leaning corner on the back end here with Rakeshaw. So Rakeshaw is the pick.
Yeah, let's do Rakeshaw. I'll grab my edge next pick.
Okay, so that takes us to Philly, and I'm gonna do it.
What are you doing, bro?
Linebacker.
Edric Cooper. That's my guy, bro.
LB1.
That's my guy, bro.
They be crucifying you, a Philly fan, when you be picking a linebacker, bro.
He said if it ain't Lawrence Taylor, we don't want him. Marina.
Yeah, that's in the first round. That's in the first round.
That was the first round.
We day two now. Yeah, the thing about Forbes was I thought he was more of an early day 2 selection than a first round pick. I certainly wouldn't have taken him before Gonzalez. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, that was
That
kind of crazy.
was wild. But he needs to get stronger. He needs to get stronger. That's the long and short of it. You got to put him in a position to be successful, which means he needs to have his eyes on the quarterback, right? More zone principles. But he definitely has to get stronger. All right, Drew, Green Bay.
All right, Green Bay. I think I'm gonna go me a corner here.
Going back to corner.
Did I? Oh, you got Nate Wiggins.
Yeah,
My bad.
I got
My
Nate
bad,
Wiggins,
my
man.
bad.
What you doing, man?
Right, well,
Get your head in the game.
I know you know. Yeah, you're right. Let me go ahead and get. Yeah, I guess I got to get the last of the Mohicans here. A tackle. And Blake Fisher.
You got him though.
You got to tackle before.
Oh man, come on, Drew.
Look at safety, bro.
It's Newbin, man. It's Tyler Newbin, bro.
It is Tyler Newbin. Hold on.
Tyler Newbin.
All right, it's Tyler.
We got a lot of Brendan Rice love in the comment section tonight.
I saw that. Somebody said he has to go to the 49ers. There's no way out of
he
that.
got to go to Washington now, bro. They're trying to get that. They're trying to get those Rice genes on the roster. You know.
Yeah. I guess we got to figure it out when it comes time.
Yeah. I said Drew laying down, man.
Oh man. Listen. Where's Jake?
Drew, we got to be done by midnight, man. Because you know how mock draft database.
Oh, go ahead, pick them. I said,
who?
My bad. I'm picking on my side, and
right.
Newbin.
Tyler Newbin. All right.
Yeah,
makes a lot of sense.
I didn't realize.
I think you inject Wiggins and Newbin into the secondary, and you can actually get off the field on third down. All right, Vegas, Headley.
All right, you got the defensive line right. Drew with Zerjon Newton, Max Crosby. I like what Malcolm Kuntz has been doing also.
Oh yeah,
you added Zerjon Newton on the inside. I really like that. They need a quarterback. I'm not sure who's left on the board.
You got JJ.
Who's left? Yeah, I'm going JJ McCarthy from Michigan. Want to really see him in these playoff games against Bama. Come on, bro. Let's throw the ball. Let's throw the ball over 10 times, bro.
Wow, I think they're gonna have to, bro. I think they're gonna have to with this one.
Man, but I like
that's
McCarthy.
what I think anyway.
McCarthy, though. I like McCarthy. Just the subtle movements, the arm talent is there, athleticism. He can run the football, so I think he has a lot of traits. And let's battle it out with Aiden O'Connell in Las Vegas.
All right. I mean, New Orleans, they probably need to be in the. Well, they're stuck with Derek Carr. Let's just face it. At least for another season or two, they're stuck with Derek Carr. But certainly, if there's a JJ McCarthy on the board at that point, they may decide just to go ahead and bring him in and start to groom him. Offensive line is an area of concern, and receiver. I think A.T. Perry, Chris Olave, and my guy. What's my guy's name? Shaheed. I think those are the only receivers on this roster beyond 2023. And considering the amount of talent that's out here, I want to add somebody to this mix. And I think the guy I want to add. Let me go with Adonai Mitchell, man. Let's go Adonai Mitchell.
Adonai.
Ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it.
You said I want Rice and Frank Gore Jr. I want legacies out here, man.
I like that.
We can get legacies. I don't know what they're gonna look like, but all right, man. We got the
Philly fan ain't never happy, man. Philly fan ain't never happy, man.
Nah, Edge, 3 tech defense. Man, can't make nobody happy, man. All right, man. We got the Minnesota Vikings.
I hear you, DK.
And
go ahead.
Minnesota Vikings. We either need to go D-line or we need to go cornerback.
We got Dallas Turner.
Oh yeah. I see that. Not. Oh yeah. For edge. Well, I guess you can call him D-line. Call him a little bit.
Oh, you talking about interior?
Yeah, I was thinking interior. But I think I'm gonna go corner here. I think I'm gonna grab me Kamari Lassiter.
I like it.
Can I do
He's
that?
been on the
Is
board
that
a little
okay?
too long. I like it.
You can
It's a
take
good
him off
pick.
the board there.
Atlanta traded
All
up.
right,
Got Jaden
man.
Daniels. I did it,
Yeah.
Headley. I did it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
All right,
appreciate
now
it,
let's
man.
get some speed. Can we add some speed? Or
Yes,
you want to
yes,
get a pass
yes,
rusher?
yes. I don't know. You convinced me. Y'all got me on board to get the wide receiver. We need some speed to go along with Drake London. We have a quarterback in tow, so we're going to be passing the ball. And if Arthur Smith doesn't last this season, we have a new coach to throw the football because he doesn't like throwing the football.
Right.
And the defense has been playing really well, man. I seen your boy Zach Harrison coming alive over there, the edge from Ohio State, right? It's Ohio State.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go get his teammate. I'm gonna go get Brian Thomas Jr. The burst, the speed, his ability to track the football. He's a deep threat.
Yeah, that's not his teammate.
I think he's referring to Jaden Daniels. My bad.
Jaden
You're referring to Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Oh, we're thinking we talk about Zach Harrison.
You kind of
we
kind of strung that along, bro. You kind of.
My bad. Jaden Daniels' teammate, Brian
Thomas
Thomas Jr. We're gonna get him the ball deep.
I like it.
Yes, sir. All right, that takes us to Pittsburgh. We went Kool-Aid. We added a Kool-Aid. It would be lovely to add a tackle so we can move guy Broderick Jones to the left, but I don't know that there's a guy I want to go with just at this moment here.
You got Blake Fisher for the right, bro.
Yeah. I know, man, but I'm not ready to go in that direction.
All right.
Okay, so what's the receiver room gonna look like, man?
It's gonna be Majin Buu, and that's it, bro. That guy's a clown, bro.
Give me Troy Franklin, man. Give me Troy Franklin. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, Troy Franklin. All right. Next up, we got Cincinnati Bengals. We went Fuaga in the first round. You said Jonah. I almost said Jonah Hill. Jonah Williams ain't coming back. We're not sure what's going on there. We do need a receiver.
Jonah Hill can't play tackle, bro. He can't. Not no more. Maybe once upon a time, but not no more, man.
Yo, the boys are slimmed up out there.
Yeah, man. Guys got svelte. You know about the svelte?
Yes, I seen them out there.
Receiver time, baby.
Yeah, it is receiver time. I'm just trying to figure out why these boys got Lad Cocky so high. Am I missing something? I mean, I know he's nice, but is he?
He nice, bro.
They like his route running.
Yeah, they like him. He nice.
He gonna be where he need to be.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Be interested to see where he lands. But it ain't going to be at 49 with the Bengals, bro. So I'm tell you that right now. We're going to go ahead and y'all know I'm not like a big Ibuka. Yeah.
Didn't you have him as like the second rated receiver at one point, bro?
Me?
Yeah, you did.
Way back when?
Yeah,
I did.
In the summer.
Hold on. Let me hold on.
But he's saying it like, I'm not a fan, bro. Like,
damn, there's disdain, bro. Do you know why there's disdain?
Why is there disdain?
Because people don't understand is a better receiver in Jalen McMillan. They got him down here at 122.
So why don't you draft Jalen McMillan then?
It's a Jalen McMillan.
No, I'm not going to draft him here. I just want to make sure people understand why I'm not going to Mecca.
Guy.
Right? I'm going to go Xavier Worthy right here.
Ooh, that's what Xavier Worthy. All right. I considered him instead of Troy Franklin, but went with Franklin, a couple picks ahead. That takes us to Houston. I went Cam Kitchens. And, of course, my interior defensive linemen are right here for me.
You got a big Leonard Taylor, Michael Hall, Chris Jenkins. It's a lot of good ones out there.
Go to you, bro. Stop.
Give me Leonard Taylor, baby. Let's do it. Indeed.
Oh,
that was your pick. Yeah, I did pick you.
Yeah, man.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, you didn't pick Leonard Taylor.
I did.
Now you can pick again. I was looking at Leonard Taylor, or I was looking at what was I looking at? I was looking at off-ball linebacker, but Leonard Taylor is the pick though. Leonard Taylor's the pick.
All right, cool. I'm glad that worked out. I was so excited that I got
and I didn't help, bro.
It happened a little too soon. You know what I'm saying? Right. Things happen from time to time. At any rate, pause. Indy. We need a receiver, man. But you know what, man? Could you imagine having Josh Downs and Malachi Corley out there, bro?
Whew.
Can you imagine that?
They're gonna be open.
Is that
Drew? I'm asking you. Can you imagine it, bro? Can you imagine it? Can you see it?
I'm sorry. I was looking at a question I was asked. It got me intrigued. I got to go check it. But you said Malachi Corley and who?
And Josh Downs.
So listen, I know everybody likes Malachi Corley. What is he as a route runner? I know he's a guy just give him the football, but what is he as a route runner? That is my question.
See,
that's where I stop and I pause, bro. And
I think you got Downs out there routing guys up as it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you're good. You got the route runner, and you got the guy
your quarterback is Anthony
hands.
Richardson, who's still developing, right? You know what I'm saying? I just want a playmaker. I just want another playmaker. I want to add another element to this offense.
I like Jalen Polk over him. I'm be honest with you.
I am a Jalen Polk fan. Polk fan. I just think Malachi Corley has a unique skill set.
I agree.
He has a unique skill set.
Polk can stretch the field for them. You got Downs routing them up. You got Pittman, running them slants or whatever. But a guy that can stretch the field, Jalen Polk. Just throwing it out there.
I mean,
let's think about the receivers.
I'm thinking, how their skill set complements each other. I kind of, I don't hate it.
I'm not mad with either one, bro.
I do like Polk. You talk me into it, man.
Okay,
let's go, Jalen Polk.
All right, let's get it. They're gonna speed out there, man.
Oh Mr. Pressy, I gotta stop you right there, bro. You see Debo at the Senior Bowl? That boy was one of the best route runners out there doing this thing, bro. So
it's so hard to take Brendan Rice, isn't it?
Debo definitely can run routes. Yeah, Malachi Corley ain't the route runner Debo Samuels is.
No, he's not.
Not even close.
That's not even close.
Not even close.
He's not.
I'm trying to figure out, can he run routes, bro? I assume he can, right?
Damn.
I'm not taking it. It's not a shot. It's just, show me on tape where you seeing it. D-Kid, what we saying, man? You know what I'm saying? We got you your Drake May, even though I think you said you would have gone Penix. We got you your Cooper
idea
BB
why
for sure.
New England was ahead of Washington in the
Washington,
second round.
yeah, I was looking at that.
Let's see.
Yeah, Washington's ahead of New England in the first round. Washington was ahead of New England in the first round, but he's trying to say the second round. Why is New England ahead of Washington in the second round?
Right. My draft database slipping.
Maybe.
No, I'm looking at a different site. They have Washington ahead of. They got New England ahead of Washington. That ain't. I was looking at NFL.com. So
is that not their pick? Is that not their pick?
I would assume
that might not be a native pick. I wonder what's happening there.
All right, D-Kid said Quentin Mitchell. He watched the tape and he said that's the guy, bro.
He's all in.
Yeah, he's all in. I'm down for it.
Quentin, you don't like a receiver here?
Click and close ability.
Nah, to hell with the receiver.
Close up the space.
Cool.
The hell with the receiver.
All right, man. I got Hadley, my bad. I'm about to step on your toes again.
Yeah, again, bro.
My bad. My bad. I'm looking at the clock.
We're going to Duval right now. You got the defensive lineman Dorless. I think they can use somebody on the back end, cornerback position. They run a lot of zone. I know they're mixing in more man with Gus Bradley. I'm tripping. Gus Bradley still over there? Nah. Well, I'm thinking Indianapolis.
No.
He's been gone. Gone.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Kalen King, the corner from Penn State.
All right, Kalen King sliding a bit here. That's good. Great value for him. And Jacksonville certainly needs to continue to improve the defense. They got some question marks on the offensive side of the ball too, but I've been really disappointed in that team in general. The Rams, Braylon Trice in the first round. I don't hate it. I think that works well. Do we continue to work on this defense? That's the question. And I think we do.
That is the question.
That is the question. Now, who I like here? I'm a Kalen Carson fan, man. I really am.
Me too.
But could you imagine what the Rams would do if they had Malachi Corley, bro?
Back at the Corley train.
I'm back on the Corley train, bro.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Nah,
that would be crazy.
You've been telling me Cooper Kupp he might have lost a step. So
it's the injuries, bro. Like
I'm not mad at it. Not mad at that in that McVay
second level defender, maybe.
Hey, real quick, pause. Headley, who you went with the Jags?
Kalen King.
Kalen King. Okay, just making sure.
Give me Peyton Wilson, man.
Peyton Wilson?
Over Trotter?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm mixing it up a little bit. Mix it up a little bit. I like Trotter a lot, but mixing it up.
Oh, you got
I
the Bucks
got the Bucks again, bro?
Yeah, you got your team twice.
Oh,
more splashy with Peyton Wilson.
I appreciate you guys. I really want to take Emeka right here, man. I think I might have to do it.
Do it.
Yeah, I think I might have to do it.
Do it.
Call it. Yeah. Hold on, let me just check this interior O line.
What am I calling?
Now you know what?
Right blouses? Blouses?
Now we're gonna get Cedric blouses.
You know about that?
Blouses. So this man came out here in the same gear he was in earlier, man.
Man.
Let me get Cedric Van Pran actually.
Ooh.
That's who we're gonna get.
Offensive line, Drew? I thought your offensive line was straight.
Nah, I mean
center.
It's the center position. We're getting.
You're not expecting Ryan Jensen. You're not expecting.
Oh no, they're saying that's probably done and over with. And Hainsey, he's not bad, but he ain't better than Cedric Van Pran.
Gotcha. Yeah. Buffalo still got receivers out here for you.
Yeah, I'm going on the perimeter. I'm thinking. I know we talked about corner or wide receiver. What's the most important position, or what would they prioritize more?
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaning in the wide receiver. Interested to see what you think. Bills are electric. What you thinking, man? I know you weren't really happy with the Chat Robinson pick. He's a great player, though. Stephon Diggs, his temperament. We don't know if he's going to blow up. We don't know what he's going to do. Gabe Davis hasn't been who I thought he was going to be. So I like Khalil Shakir in the slot. So I'm thinking a bigger receiver on the outside. Ooh, you got Jermaine Burton. You got Brendan Rice, and who's under that? See, I just skipped over Johnny Wilson.
No, you did.
I skipped right over him. Oh, Troy Horton, it's another good one.
McMillan, Cowing.
Yeah, those are more inside guys.
Yeah, I like Horton for these guys.
Corley, yeah, they could do that. I don't know. I was thinking body type for the Bills. Wide receiver.
There's a lot of small guys here, bro.
You know what? Man, I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot of smaller guys.
If you're talking body type,
I'm gonna forget about the body type. I'm gonna go with the best guy I see left on the board. And I'm gonna go Malachi Corley in that Buffalo offense, man.
All right, Malachi Corley. He certainly is dynamic. Certainly dynamic. All right, that takes
that's what Juice would have went right here with him.
Yeah, I probably would have. That's the kind of player that they like. Andy Reid likes. KC on the board here. JC Latham. I'm gonna go with Mecca Ibuka, man. Let's call it a day. I think he's actually going back to school though. I'd be surprised if he actually enters the draft.
That injury really kind of set him back. Big time, and then the quarterback play didn't help. So, all right, we got the Browns here, their first pick.
All right, Troy. Appreciate that, man. Be sure to keep an eye on that moving forward. Might have to pivot.
Going to continue. I'm going to add a receiver, put a receiver in the receiver room. You know what I'm going to do, bro? I'm going to go. I don't care, bro. Jalen McMillan, bro. Stop playing, bro.
Gotta go get your guy, bro.
I'm going to go get my guy, bro.
I don't care,
bro.
All right.
Best receiver on the board, bro. At this point,
Marius Mims in the first.
What do you think about off-ball linebacker in Dallas?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He went Cooper with them before, didn't you? At one point in one of the drafts, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go get Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Linebacker Clemson. It'd be interesting. I wanted to see where these off-the-ball linebackers go because last year's draft, Trenton Simpson, Drew Sanders, two guys I really liked went really later than I thought they would. Because of the position. So I want to see, the Coopers, the Wilsons, and the Trotter Juniors to see where they end up in the 2024 draft.
I think Cooper probably is going to be the first guy off the board because he's going to check the boxes from an athletic standpoint. Wilson has an injury history, and I don't know that Trotter is going to test at the level that they necessarily want early. So I could see those two sliding. I think Cooper is going to go in the first 2 rounds for sure, though. I think in the first 2 rounds. We see Edrin Cooper coming off the board, unless he just kind of, stubs his toe during the pre-draft process. Detroit on the clock here. A lot of corners on the board. I know some people have misgivings around Denzel Burke, and I understand why. The guy I like on this list the most, and there's some intriguing names here. I like Max Milton. I like Cam Hart. I like Kalen Carson, though, man. Hopefully he can stay healthy. I really do like Kalen Carson.
Kalen Carson, let's grab him.
All right. Philly,
you did some damage. You got Jordan Morgan in the first, and then you went and got Cooper in the second. And I'm scared to pick for Philly in the third, bro.
Oh, don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Wasn't crucify me, bro. But I'm gonna go get us a safety. Let me see. Corner. We got corner Denzel Burke.
Max Aaron Glenn to get him right, D-Kit.
Let's get the ball skills, man. Let's get Chris Abrams. Is it Drain? That's how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do that, bro.
Missouri.
Right. Miami.
Yeah, Miami Dolphins. First round, we got the interior offensive lineman. I think him or Graham Barton, probably one of the top 2 interior offensive linemen in this class.
Yeah.
Looking at the board here, you know what I'm gonna do? We'll get Braswell for these boys. I know the injury to Jalen Phillips.
You're going edge.
Yeah, where you thought I was going?
I thought you were going D line, more down lineman, more down interior.
Lineman. I like what Zach Sealer doing. You got Christian Wilkins also. Yeah. Maybe they could. What do you think about Raekwon Davis? They might improve the nose tackle position, maybe. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, Michael Hall. See, they run that.
Chris Jenkins.
That wouldn't be good for them. Mason Smith would probably be there, or Tyleek Williams. Right. What did I say? Where I was going? I forgot where I was going now.
You said edge.
Braswell. You said Braswell.
Yeah, let's go get the physical edge over there for Miami.
All right, sounds good. San Francisco on the clock. I mentioned Denzel Burke. This is the landing spot right here.
There it is. Lock it up.
Baltimore.
Right. He went Keon Coleman. Oh, no, Headley went Keon Coleman. I really, really like this. He was thinking of going corner. It's sort of a run on corners here. And I think I'm going to go and I'm going to get me a Max Melton. I almost said Milton. Melton.
All right.
What's that man's name? Lock him in. They need to take this guy off the board. Number 146. He need to get up out of there, bro. Get up out of there, bro.
Jason Marshall.
Gator.
Get that guy up out of there, bro. I mean, he's coming back to school, and that's unfortunate, but for the Gators. But it is what it is.
All right, Carolina on the clock here, man. What you gonna do?
Line. They got to go offensive line.
There's some guys here now in the interior.
I like the interior. I like Mahogany. I like Zach Zinter. I like Jackson Powers Johnson. I like Christian Hayes. I love Donovan Jackson. I'm not sure he's coming out, but yeah, a lot of good guys in the interior. So let's go fix that. That's where the strength is. The tackle position. A lot of the top guys are gone at the tackle position. You do got Blake Fisher there. Anthony Benson from NC State. Jack Nelson. Javon Foster, that was a name that was getting a lot of buzz a couple seasons ago. So was Zion Nelson from Miami. But yeah, I think the talent's on the interior, man. So let's get the interior better. Man, take your pick here, man. Zinter, big physical. Zach Power Johnson, great movement ability. Mahogany and Hayes. Hayes got some of the best tape you could find out there.
Let's go. That might be the guy, bro.
Let's go with Christian Hayes. Hayes from UConn. Check out the tape, man. Love this guy, man. He moves well. He's physical. So let's go get Hayes.
Neighbors versus Newton. It's lovely. First 3 selections. I want to continue to stuff the roster with talent, man. I do. Let's see what we're saying here at the receiver position. There's Brendan Rice, everyone.
Come on, bro.
Kalen Bullock's a nice center fielder there. I like Cole Bishop. Bullard.
What they got inside on the interior though?
On the D line. Yeah.
What it look like?
I'm going with Chris Jenkins, man. I'm a huge fan. Man. He falls to the 3rd round. Like, he's been on the board too long. So give me Chris Jenkins.
Yeah. I like it.
All right. Final pick here for Washington. Williams Guyton and Rake Straw. to this point.
Oh, man. So
Headley said, "Hey, that's the guy that you guys need to keep your eyes on." Corner from Missouri.
And the edge. Excuse me. Let me. Man, I don't know if I want to get cute, man. Do I want to get cute? Or should I just do the right thing? Because I'm thinking about. All right, we'll do the right thing. Let me do the right thing, man.
Jack.
Jack or Jonah. Jonah or Jack. Let me get Jonah. I'm gonna take Jonah because he's been more productive. Take Jonah.
All right, Headley, you got you've made all the New England picks. Michael Penix.
No.
Drew made the Michael Penix pick, but I love the combination here. Yeah, I love the combination here. How do you round it out?
Yeah, we're gonna get another receiver. I'm going all in on the offensive side of the football in New England. They got to get it right at the wide receiver position.
Got to get it right.
So I'm gonna go get Brandon Rice. I'm gonna go get Brandon Rice from USC.
Brandon Rice.
I like it.
All right, Arizona back on the clock. Neighbors versus Newton. Most recent pick, Chris Jenkins. Again, I just want to stuff the roster with talent, man. I just want to add talent, man. Give me Travion Henderson, man. Call it a day.
First running back off the board, bro.
Yeah, man. Give me Travion.
It should be your boy though, man. It should be Jonathan Brooks, but it's unfortunate.
I like Braylon Allen a lot too. I know people have soured on him, but I think in this particular system with Kyler Murray, I'll pair him up with Travion Henderson. All right, Drew. Giants.
You know what?
It said Edge or Burton?
Edge or Burton? Bro. We got to get a receiver, bro.
Jermaine Burton. That's Burton.
Yeah, that's Burton, bro.
What happened to your guy, the kid Tory Horton, man? What's up?
Oh yeah, Horton out there. Troy. It's Tory. Yeah, Tory Horton.
Yeah, which
Troy.
one?
I'm a Braylon fan. I'm definitely a Braylon fan.
So I'm gonna say Horton. I think is gonna be more consistent, but Burton's gonna give you some splash plays. And he might give you like 6 straight games where he's balling, and then he might disappear for like 3.
I think the kid is in that Burton.
He's in Burton. All right, Burton it is, man. Lock it up.
All right. Chargers, Headley.
We gotta go
here in the third quarter.
Yeah, we gotta go defense now.
Third quarter, third round.
Let me see D line real quick.
Yeah, you got talent here.
Michael Hall. Yeah, they got a lot of talent. I'm gonna wait a little bit then, since it's so much talented defensive linemen. Let's go corner position. TJ
nice
Tampa, big physical. Been watching a lot of the Auburn guys. I kind of like that boy Pritchett, Nermeyer Pritchett.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not drafting him here, but I saw DJ James' name there, so I was shouting at the other Auburn corner. Got Cam Hart, Kyrie Jackson. Go down a little bit after Jason Marshall.
You going past Jason Marshall?
Yeah, man, they got it all wrong, man.
I
just want to see who they leaving out.
It's a little rough. Remember, my guy Muhammad is way down here. Ricardo Hallman.
See, you'd have never seen him. Forgot it was
Muhammad.
Yeah, I like Muhammad a lot.
Yeah,
I like him a lot too.
TJ Tampa, physical.
Bro, Muhammad is in the top 10 corners, bro, of this year. Easily.
TJ Tampa is too. What
you saying?
What they run? Oh, we don't even know what they run.
think Belichick. You want to play man?
Let me go get TJ Tampa then. We're playing man defense. Belichick's over there. We're gonna get the man physical corner, TJ Tampa from Iowa State.
All right, the Shy is on the clock, and I mean, as you mentioned, it couldn't have gone better here with the first 2 selections. They added first round pick in the 2025 class as well. What do we do here for Chicago? Getting that offense right.
For that question about New England and Washington, we traded a 3rd round pick, that was a 3rd round pick, wasn't it? Wasn't the 2nd round, right?
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, or a 4th, and then additional capital in the next year, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
The question here, it's either going to be Sawyer, who I kind of liken to Chris Hubbard. I think is a good player. Or Michael Hall. So one of these defensive linemen from Ohio State. Let's go Michael Hall.
Michael Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And then I haven't watched him in a minute, but Muhammad Kamara down there at 177 to an edge. They kind of forgot about. You said Michael
he's
Hall
another one. You got your boy Cameron Rucker should be in
Rucker
this
down
list.
there.
Yeah,
He might be on the interior. They might have put him on the interior.
Or a linebacker or something weird.
I think it's interior. I'm not sure why they got him interior, but I think that's where they got him.
All right, for the Jets here.
Wingo.
It's either gonna be Ricky Pearsall or it's gonna be Torrey Horton here. And I think there's a lot of, I keep saying this, there's a lot of meat left on the bone with what the Gators was doing with Ricky out there. Torrey Horton. Ricky's a little bit, he's a big play guy, good hand, strong hand. He's probably got the best catch ever seen in college in football ever, bro. Better than the Odell catch. I gotta find it posted. That thing was nasty. Let's go with the Gator, bro. Let's go with the Gator. Match him up with Garrett Wilson.
Gator.
Yeah, let's do it, bro.
Hell, you got Green Bay on the clock here.
So y'all got the corner, y'all got the offensive line, y'all got the safety.
Mm-hmm.
Man, y'all got a lot of the
need that Trey Benson now, isn't it?
Yeah, I was actually thinking Braylon Allen. I know they got burnt a little bit with AJ Dillon, a bigger back. But Braylon Allen's different. Braylon Allen he can move his lateral movement. So let's go get the running back, Braylon Allen for the Green Bay Packers.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like it. Vegas, Johnny Newton, JJ McCarthy. Let's stay on the West Coast. Let's stay on the West Coast here. I'm thinking Kalen Bullock. Yeah, let's go Kalen Bullock.
Kalen Bullock. Dang, bro. Oh yeah. You like that free safety. Okay. All right.
Yeah, Denver.
Can't tackle. Figure it out. All right, Denver, bro.
There's been some rough tape. There's been some rough tape in terms of that tackling, boy. But,
Number 7.
It definitely wasn't as bad as it was last year.
All right. Let me see here. It's one of the teams, tough teams to draft for, I think. But I think we want to go. Let me see. You know what? Let's go get another Gator, man. Let's go get that Jason Marshall.
Okay.
What?
Really?
I'm just kidding.
Really?
Just kidding.
Okay. I'm about to say, bro. You about to get crucified. A lot of corners on the board, bro.
No. We're going to get
like Torrey Horton here. I mean, we're not expecting Jerry Jeudy back in Denver. You did get the quarterback. You made it a point to go get the quarterback.
We did.
You know what? I don't think they're going to go quarterback in the
move,
first round, bro. I don't think they're going to go quarterback. I think, like you said, they're going to add a veteran, and they're going to bring in like one of these, like a Spencer Rattler type, Joe Milton type.
Yeah, we'll see if we can hit lightning in a bottle.
Because Sean Payton obviously, thinks, he's an offensive mastermind. So
right,
you can bring a guy up. You know what I mean?
No, let me get Cam Hart from Notre Dame. Let me snatch him up.
I like Cam Hart. I do like Cam Hart.
Cam Hart.
All right, Detroit. I went Kalen Carson.
So y'all got the two biggest needs, defensive line and corner. I think they could get more along the defensive line. Probably the interior.
Yep.
So you got. I like that boy Byron Murphy out there in Texas, man. Let's get him over there in Detroit.
I like that too.
Can't wait to Senior Bowl, bro. Cannot wait. The Chargers, Bowers, Paul, Tampa. We need to continue to bolster this defense, right? We need to add talent to this defense. We need to figure out how to stop the run. Give me Tommy Eichenberg, man.
Tommy Eichen. Talking about stopping the run.
Yeah. We're going to get physical, bro. That's a Belichick kind of guy right there, bro.
I'd agree.
Seattle. I went with T'Vondre Sweat. They may think I'm crazy. They may think I'm insane.
No, you did the right thing, bro.
He Sweat in the first round. Got a couple picks here.
Thing. Do I want to go back to the well? I don't think so. Let me take a peek. Take a peek at the roster.
Damn, Ohio State can't score no points, B.
Bro,
you thought a quarterback out there wearing 33, bro. That's
it right there, bro. The football guys are looking down on them and saying, "You're not scoring points,
bro.
That's trash, bro.
Sacrilege, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, bro." Jamal Adams' career is done, right? Let's wrap it up. Put a bow on him.
I don't know about that guy, bro. Mr. C. Brassy, what's wrong with your boy, man? I don't know, man.
I think he done, man. All right. Or can I go interior offensive line? Let's see. Now they got McClendon out there. They got
I think this is a good time for that.
Right guard though might be.
There's a linebacker position, but I mean you got 2 picks here. I think you can add a guard and a linebacker with these 2 selections.
Right. Let me get Chris Mahogany.
All right.
I like Mahogany.
Big fella. All right. Since you're on the clock here, Headley?
Got the O-line, got the receiver. I'm looking at interior defensive line. Let's get some pressure from the middle, man. We talked about your boy last week, Geno Atkins. We want another guy like that.
Is he still playing?
No, I'm just saying that's the last time we had a guy.
What?
To push the pocket.
I'm making sure, bro.
Reader does really good against the run, man. I just want a guy to get after the quarterback from the interior.
Is it whose contract is expiring? Is it Reader or is it Hill? It's Hill, isn't it?
Reader.
It's Reader, the one that's expiring. Okay.
Yeah, fact check that. You know, I went back and watched those Clemson defensive tackles.
Yeah.
Tyler Davis is not really having a great year. Rook is doing Rook things. He's physical. He's playing a little better than Tyler Davis. Man, these are some big boys right here. These are like all these boys are big right here.
Zero techs and whatnot. Yeah.
Tyler Davis is the 3 tech, but I don't know, man.
Mason Smith, man. Go with the upside. Mason Smith. No?
But I like Mason. I'm trying to get after the quarterback. That's the thing.
Okay.
But it's here. Right. I think Mason Tech's like a 5 tech. What you think, Drew?
It's Hill. Yeah, he's a 5 tech. I'm sorry, it's Reader.
It's Reader's contract that's ending. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go off the grid a little bit here, man. I'm gonna go grab I don't know if y'all gonna think I'm crazy for this one, man. I'm thinking Mekhi Wingo from LSU.
I don't think that's crazy. I like Wingo.
I don't think so. I was looking at him.
I like Wingo.
I'm gonna go get his teammate, man, just because of the scheme fit on what I'm trying to do over here in Cincinnati.
Do they have Wingo at the interior or at edge?
Should be interior.
He's D-line. He's 94 on DL.
Okay, I'm just passing it. Yeah, I've been impressed by him. In a bad season for LSU's defense, Wingo has stood out.
Yeah, he plays a lot of snaps too. He's always on the field.
Yeah, I like it. All right, Arizona. Neighbors first. Newton, Jenkins, Henderson. What do we do next? That Torrey Horton might be calling my name. But it may be in our best interest to add Jack Sawyer. I like the flexibility Bullard brings. Got the corner.
Can never have enough corners, bro.
Cedric Gray. Yeah, there's a lot of different directions I'd like to go in here.
Yeah, them boys need everything, bro.
Yeah.
Know about everything?
Everything. Know about it? Know about the everything bagel? Gross.
I'm gonna get my guy, man. I'm gonna get my guy. I like Bullard a lot, man, but I love Cole Bishop's game, man. I love Cole Bishop's game, man. You get Cole Bishop.
All right. Dude, consistently finding the football, bro.
Always.
All right, man. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers went out, got Kool-Aid McKinstry pairing him up with the Penn State corner from last year. We saying Pat P can't play forever. Headley threw dirt on him.
Trying, Pat P trying to.
He competing. We're gonna say he competing.
He went to safety. They moved him to safety last year.
Extend that career. Pat P love football, man. He love ball, bro.
Oh man. All right.
Especially with Minka hurt and everything. Like, yeah, they
Charles Woodson there. We got Troy Franklin. Probably
we need that tackle. We need
that tackle.
Blake Fisher.
We need that tackle. Yeah, you know what?
Gonna do it.
I wanted to go.
He's right. You could drop him in the right tackle right now.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it.
All right.
Damn, I want to go receiver, but
they drafted him a receiver. Drew
I'm gonna do another one.
Oh, another one.
I don't trust Michael Bull out there. I trust him, bro. You're crazy, bro. We've always doubted. We've always kind of gave it the side eye, like, man. We don't know about that.
He got a screw loose, bro. He definitely has a screw loose. He's so talented, bro. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's crazy. By the
You know
way,
what that is?
I hit. I don't know if you guys said hit,
season
but I
long
hit on my season
Nice.
long.
I didn't
on
even
my
do any season long. I forgot about him,
wager
bro.
via
was
Underdog
it the
Fantasy.
Devontae Smith? Was it Devontae Smith?
Yeah, Devontae Smith was the last part. I think it was
Yeah.
975 receiving yards.
Got it.
But as part of that was George Pickens over under.
Yep, that 4.5.
Higher or lower? Let me put it that way. Higher or lower? 4.5 TDs.
You want to plug? You want to do your plug right now?
Yeah, man. That's what I'm plugging right now. Promo code
Yeah.
CPGM. Check out the link in the description.
Getting paid out here in these streets,
Match
bro.
your first deposit up to $100. So if you put in $100, you $200 worth of wagering. All right.
Hey,
Seattle, Headley.
Real quick before you get there,
Hmm.
you was talking about George Pickens, Majin Buu. If y'all didn't know who that was, you know how you have like these great artists, you know what I'm saying? But they got something wrong with them, bro.
Yeah,
that's him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just
He's
something off, bro. He's special, bro. You can't have it all, bro. If you that good, something's off, bro.
When you have a rare talent like that, you know, to be all level headed and buttoned up,
we got to balance you out, bro.
It generally doesn't work that way.
Yeah, what you saying, Mr. C. Prasky? Oh, he said Zinter, but we get a mahogany.
We went mahogany. We did go mahogany.
Oh, he didn't like that. He didn't like that fit.
Yeah, he did not.
Nah, Mahogany's a good player, bro.
Folks out, bro.
He said, Mr. C. Prasky was like, I'll wait on Zinter, man. To hell with that.
So what we thinking right here, Mr. C?
You need a linebacker, man.
I'm looking at a second level linebacker. But what about safety? What about safety? You like their safeties?
Bro, they have no linebackers on the contract, bro.
Zero.
Okay. I think the safeties are good, bro. I'm looking
at
the
safeties
right now. Yeah, they got Julian Love.
Yeah, Julian Love's played well.
Quandre Diggs and they got Kobe Bryant. So I think they're straight.
All right, coverage line. Oh, when you said I was going to go with Cedric Gray, but then you said coverage linebacker. Jalen Ford is a better cover linebacker, but Cedric Gray is a better player.
I need a linebacker, period.
You got to go with Gray, bro. You got to go with Gray.
Yeah, Gray's. I like Gray and Colson over Ford. Ford's moving down my board. He just in space tackling the instincts. I don't see it with Ford. He's great in pass coverage, but you got to clean up a lot of other parts of his game. So I'm gonna go Cedric Gray, man, from the second level. He can come downhill, physical, and he could cover just not in zone. You just don't want him in that man.
You don't want
defense.
him in man, right?
Yeah,
right. The thing about it, I expect them to bring Brooks back. I expect Jordan Brooks to be back. I'd be a little surprised if they let him walk.
Yeah,
it'll come down to dollars and cents, obviously. Yeah, but you cannot go into the draft with no linebackers, bro.
I mean,
they might and when he's on the field, and when he's on, come on, and when he's on the field, he's always around the ball, man. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, yes, he on Vaki. Yeah, the two-way.
They got him at safety here in this.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so,
he probably come down play some linebacker.
Yeah.
We got Bowers, Paul, TJ Tampa, Eichenberg.
We fixing his defense, huh?
We trying to do something, man. We're trying to shake something, man.
We doing it all here, man, because we have no idea who the coach is gonna be.
We could add a receiver too. Let's see.
I mean, he's right there, bro. I don't know what the discussion is.
What you mean? Who's right there?
Torrey Horton, bro. What do you mean?
Yeah, he is. But
or you could do Johnny Wilson. You could do Johnny Wilson.
I'm gonna go get my guy, bro.
What you doing? Like Conklin?
Yeah. Don't pay any attention to this ranking.
Jabbar Muhammad
has the goods. You can hold that F.
F.
I really like Jabbar Muhammad. I really like his game.
I liked him since he was at Oklahoma State.
You're right. I should have went Sawyer. I should have went Sawyer there. You're right. Should have added Sawyer.
Down.
Yeah.
All right, for the Rams, we got Braylon Trice, Peyton Wilson. I think I might just go back. Best player available for these boys. Let me see if I could get there. Can I get there? Nah, I can't go tight end. We can't do that, bro. Definitely can't do that. Let me get the
We got to stop something though, Mr. C. Prasky. We got to stop something. And right now we're not stopping nothing because we don't have no linebackers. but maybe,
now you got Sweat. That Sweat is big to clean up them linebackers too. He's going to help in the run game a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me get Bullard. Come down in the box.
I like Bullard.
Play some nickel. Let me do that.
I think this is a really good landing spot for him too.
Yeah, that's all three.
levels
of the defense for the Rams. That's good. Got Cooper Dijon. Oh, Drew's not picking for the Bucks this time. Cedric Van
Nah.
Pran.
One pick
Got your
away, bro.
interior. Got your safety right there. I'm looking at off-ball linebacker, but a lot of them have been flying off the board. We don't know what's going on with Devin White. What's going on with Devin White, man? He out of
bro,
there?
Bro, he just like a child, bro. Just not happy sometimes. You bench him for one game. He pretended like he's injured. Find out he's really not injured. Who knows, bro? But he came out. He showed up last week, though. He was on fire last week.
I like what Yaya been doing over there.
Yaya.
Yaya balling. Him and can't see them boys balling.
Well, yeah, we already know
they could use another edge though. Shaquille Barrett getting older.
Yeah.
Let's go get Isaac. Stand up outside.
Damn, bro, I can't give me no ZTF, huh? Hater.
Okay. ZTF. I know Drew likes ZTF.
I like ZTF too. But let's go get Isaac. Yeah,
Isaac.
All right.
I'm good with it.
Takes us to Indy. I'll do the Jack Sawyer thing. I'll do the Jack Sawyer thing. Let's call it. Lock it up.
All right. Dang, bro. How many times I picked for the Packers, bro? 1, 2, 3. I missed all of them but one.
This is your third. We've all made at least one pick for the Packers.
Okay.
Yeah, I picked Braylon Allen. I
got Nate Wiggins.
Let me go. Can I go interior O-line right here, bro? Can I get let me get Donovan Jackson. I think I like the fit for this team right here.
Donovan Jackson to Green Bay. Got that offensive line all situated. Kansas City. Headley.
Got the receiver. Needed that. Got the offensive lineman. We needed that.
You might need to add another receiver, man.
Yeah.
Torrey Horton.
Receiver. You heard what your boy was talking about. The corners, Jamar Chase. That was a good interview. You heard that Chase interview?
Nah, I ain't heard the Chase interview.
You gotta do it. He was like, ain't nobody cover me, man. He was like, their best guy Snead, but they double everybody. They double team all the time. He talking that trash right now.
Yeah.
But
well, they play man too deep, right? Yeah. So their corners get really physical, right? Which I love. I keep my safeties back if we're gonna beat up the receivers. So the guys get real physical with them, and they can kind of overcommit in terms of their coverage because they got safety help. So, but yeah, I'm with Chase. I feel him on that one.
Yeah, let's go get another raw receiver.
He said it earlier this season, man. I'm always open.
Yo, I hope he don't play this week. I don't want to play him in fantasy, so I hope he.
Hey man, I need him.
He sit down.
I need him.
I think
I need him in that matchup. I need him. All right.
Go
back to the receiver though.
Yeah, let's go back to it. Let's go get Troy Horton. Torrey. I keep calling him Troy. Yeah. Torrey Horton, the big guy from Colorado State. Match him up with Booker and Rasheed Rice.
All right. Takes us to Dallas. You got Mims, Trotter. I actually think Dallas needs to replenish this secondary a bit. I know they're going to get Diggs back. Obviously, Bland plays at a high level. I don't know what the long term is with my guy, though. You know what I mean? I don't know what the long-term outlook is.
You talking about Trayvon Diggs?
No, the vet. His name's
your boy, the MVP, defensive MVP.
Yeah, defensive player of the year. Yeah, his name's escaping me, man. That's my guy.
That's your Gilmore.
Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
Disrespect.
Yeah, getting late.
So you're looking for a corner?
Yeah, I'm thinking of adding a corner.
Let's see. You got to go down to the depths because they be on some bullshit in here. I mean, the guy that comes to mind for me here, I like Kyrie Jackson. He got some work to do in terms of being a little bit more consistent, but he's physical, long.
That size, yeah.
Right. And then you made a mention of another guy, Headley.
Which one? Pritchard or James?
Pritchard, yeah, it's Pritchard. He's way down here somewhere. I forget where I saw him at.
Yeah, Nehemiah, Jalen Simpson, a safety. He come up. Simpson for Auburn. If you're looking for a safety, he get there quick. Simpson, is quick, fast, and in a hurry. Sometimes he take bad angles, but he can get there. Oh, Mason Smith still on the board. Disrespect.
Gotta pluck him off.
Oh, Devin Shire from Pitt.
See.
I like Devin Shire. I think he's a day 3 guy, but I like him. Good player.
Devin Shire.
I like Sanders still too.
Oh yeah.
I do like Sanders still.
Play that nickel. Moore, Malachi Moore.
Is Donovan Evers
Tyler
coming out
Smith.
from Michigan? We don't
Running back?
know.
I
Yeah.
don't know yet. What about the receiver room? So obviously your CD is the man. He's gonna
Yeah,
get
I
his
think they
deal.
can add a receiver.
Then they straight.
No,
I can tell you they
I've
can
been
add.
saying that
They
they
can
can
add a receiver, right?
Yeah, I've been saying that about Dallas.
A Jacob Cowing or Roman Wilson. Assuming I don't know if Roman's coming out.
Yeah, Cowan. He showed out in that bowl game.
Try to tell people from last year, bro. I call him a little sprite. Jim Nagy said
Nice.
he running around like he got a jetpack on his back, bro.
You know what?
Exactly how he played.
Let me get DJ James. Let me get DJ James. Simplified.
Right.
DJ James.
Cleveland.
Is that me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my bad. All right. For these boys picking, they're like 40 picks apart, bro. Damn. Let me see here.
If you
Can
had
I
that
get?
off-ball linebacker here, I'd be in.
Let me see, because they you talking about pairing them up with
JOK.
Yeah, JOK.
Yeah.
Junior Colson. Let's all right, let's lock it in, man.
Colson?
Junior Colson. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Detroit Headley.
Well, we went heavy on
Kumalau,
defense.
Carson, Murphy. Yeah, man.
Yeah, everything but the second level. And the second level, Anzalone, Jack Campbell. They got an edge, got a D tackle, got the corner. They could probably use another corner. I love their safeties. You see that boy Melifonwu? He's been stepping up the last couple of weeks over there.
Yeah.
But let's go get another receiver. Let's go get another receiver.
Just add a receiver.
Let's add a receiver in Detroit, bro. Let's add a
You want a different body type? Johnny Wilson.
Big boy.
I don't know if he's worth it there, but it's a different body type for those guys. And Detroit's one of them teams they don't care what everybody else consensus says. They just go get the guys they like that fit what they need to get done. It's one thing I appreciate about them boys.
They straight at receiver, bro.
No, they're good at receiver. They're good at offensive line is good. Tight end room is good. The running back room is good.
What about safety?
We fixed them up on defense. I love their safeties. Kirby Joseph, Melifonwu, Brian
Branch. Yeah.
You're right.
They could probably get another corner. Let's go get another corner. Let's double down that corner.
All right. Who you liking?
You got Kyrie. They got their slot. Devonshire.
Where am I know Devonshire from, bro?
Pittsburgh. We talked about him earlier on, remember?
Yeah. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was on a 1-year deal.
Summer scouting. We
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Let's go get Kyrie. Let's go get Kyrie over there in Detroit. Yeah. Big corner from Oregon.
All right. Do we keep it going with the U here? No, we're not.
Come on, bro. You gotta go. Scrape the bottom of the barrel, bro. Go get you that Nelson.
This guy's been out here too long.
Who the
Zach Zinter?
Zach Zinter? Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's 2 picks.
Just get it.
All right, man. We got Kingsley. We got Denzel Burke. I would like to get Rice, the receiver, but he's gone. Right. Let's wrap that up.
Yes, he is.
Put a bow on him. All right. So I guess I'm gonna give me. Can I get me a? Let me see. Damn,
a lot of good players on the board, bro. A lot of good players still on the board.
Well, I'm thinking about safety. I'm thinking about. Ooh.
Sion Faki.
Yeah, let's get Sion Vaki, bro. I was thinking about Malachi Moore, but he's kind of
gonna say next. Yeah,
he's kind of up and down. When he's playing really well, he's a beast, but sometimes you don't.
Man, this guy Vaki's gonna have like 1,200 all-purpose yards, bro. Yeah. 40 tackles, speed.
Beast. And playing for the 49ers, you know that's how they're gonna use him too, bro. You already know.
All right, Headley. Last pick of the draft, man.
Let's go on defense.
That running back? Are you
going I was thinking about running back, but the unfortunate injury with Keaton Mitchell hopefully comes back. J.K. Dobbins, they got an injury bug at a running back position, so I don't want to do it to any of these young running backs, man. Let's go get Mason Smith, man, best player on the board, man. Let's go get him for the Baltimore Ravens.
All right, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for our 3-round mock draft. Let's get into this this summation this summer. I want to start from the bottom. Typically, we start with Atlanta or Arizona, whoever's at the very top. Let's start with the Commanders, whom traded up to the first overall pick here. And we managed to get Caleb Williams. And of course, we still had pretty good draft capital, even though we gave up quite a bit. Added Tyler Guyton. Of course, offensive line is an issue. Their inability to protect has been problematic. Headley, you're big on Enes Rakestraw, the junior corner, not the junior corner, but junior cornerback from Missouri. I'm not as familiar with him. I'm a little bit more familiar with Chris Drain. Your thoughts on him? What do you see? What do you like about him? He took him over a lot of corners: Kalen Kings, Kamari Lassiter, a lot of guys, Denzel Burke. What do you like about him?
It's the fluidity in the hips for me, and also the versatility. Saw him outside, saw him come inside, physical, feisty, and the football IQ. You know, you see him out there. You could tell it sometimes when the guys are watching tape. He's kind of pointing to his other teammates, telling them where to line up and things like that. So you see that on the football field with him, and it's the cover ability. Like I said, while Abrams Drain has a lot of ball production, he plays the ball well in the air. He's covering, man. He's covering, come up in press, bump the corner, and he's very good with hip versatility. So nickel, outside corner, I think he can do both very well.
All right. And then Jonah Ellis rounds out this group. So traded a couple of edges away. You bring in Jonah Ellis. I don't know that Jonah Ellis is going to be a big time impact guy, but of course you love his motor. You like to add him to that defensive line rotation. I could be wrong there, but certainly excellent haul here for Washington. And of course, at this point in the third round, I think Jonah Ellis actually represents pretty good value. Tennessee Titans, Drew. You got us started with Rome Odunze, and then Headley rounded it out with Graham Barton. Of course, I think you were looking for a tackle, but the way things played out, you know, you went with perhaps the best offensive lineman available, happened to be an interior guy. He plays tackle at the collegiate level, but we're kind of expecting him to be either play a guard or center in the pros. Either way, bolsters that offensive line. Drew, why were you insistent upon Odunze here, 7th overall, as opposed to maybe a Joe Alt or a J.C. Latham, Talise Fuaga?
Why? Yeah, because I thought that there wasn't going to be a run on the tackle class, and so I thought, hey, we might have a shot at 38 to grab us that one last or those two last tackles,
right?
But obviously it didn't work out the way we did it, and maybe we trade up in that scenario if we go receiver and then we see the run, we may move up to get that last one that's on the board that we really like. But Graham Barton's not that's not a bad consolation prize, because at the end of the day, that O line for Tennessee need work all the way through. So, but I think you would like to have the tackle sealed up there. But
yeah, for the young quarterback on the backside of the offense, I would agree with you. Again, not a bad consolation prize by any stretch of the imagination, but I think they would probably prefer a tackle, a guy that they actually view as a tackle at the NFL level there. Tampa Bay, Drew's Bucks, and Drew, you selected Cooper DeJean, Cedric Van Pran. The Van Pran pick surprised me a little bit. I guess that's because you're going to leave Cody Mock at guard as opposed to center. So you bring in Van Pran, who we've long considered the top center. I know some people feel like Powers Johnson is probably the top guy now.
Right.
And then Headley, you rounded out with this Isaac. Like what Yaya Diaby's doing, Kalaja Kansi, we already knew that was going to be a baller. He is what everybody, or I shouldn't say everybody, what we thought maybe Logan Hall, who's actually starting to come around. Logan Hall's coming around as well. So nice injection of youth here on either side of the line of scrimmage, and then Cooper DeJean. Headley, your thoughts on DeJean and his role at the next level? What do you see? What do you expect from him?
Yeah, very versatile player. To me, he can't play predominantly man. He has to be kind of off ball. So if you want to decide to put him at an outside corner, he has to be off ball. But I think his home would be nickel corner or safety. So I think that pairing with Winfield Jr., like Drew mentioned earlier, I think that's a great pairing. It's interchangeable out there. One can stay back, one can come up. I think they both could do it really well.
Headsy players too, but this really good football players. You understand what I'm saying? I think that really is a nice pairing on the back end there. Seattle, I went with Big T Sweat, man. I had to do it. You know what I mean? We wanted to really improve that down line in Seattle, clear the path with whoever's going to play linebacker for them. In this instance, we do have Cedric Gray. And then there's a need at the interior, in terms of the interior of the offensive line. I think your tackles are set with Cross and Lucas. Olu is your center. We add Mahogany. Perhaps we bring in another veteran, and I think we're set there along the offensive line. So meat and potatoes selections here for Seattle. But that's exactly it is. That's the name of the game, is physicality here. We want to push people around. We want to beat people up at the point of attack here in Seattle. San Francisco. All right, no Brendan Rice, unfortunately. Too soon for Frank Gore Jr. But we got Kingsley, Denzel Burke. I think at that point in the draft, 63rd overall, I think that represents phenomenal value. And then Drew rounded out with Sion Vaki, really tightens up that secondary. This team in San Francisco, obviously they're one of the better teams in the NFL, but they really do need to nail it in terms of the offensive line. I think Kingsley fits that scheme perfectly as far as his athleticism, his ability to get to the second level on that outside zone. And then, of course, the corresponding physicality. That's what you're looking for, right? This team looks completely different when Trent Williams isn't in the lineup, bro. Mm-hmm. Like I when you talk about the importance, and we maintain this if you're relatively new to the channel, we really believe that the offensive line is the most important position group. And of course, no Brendan Rice. So, that spoils the party. But the offensive line, as it relates to this particular team, I'm not suggesting that it's more important than any of the other 31 franchises, but Trent Williams in particular is so key to what they do, and his ability to do everything at an elite level still at this point in his career. Hopefully Kingsley can kind of step where he steps, learns from him, and develop into one of the better tackles in the league. All right. Pittsburgh. I think that we would have probably liked to go tackle a little bit sooner here, but it didn't necessarily work out that way. All right. Prioritize the cornerback position. The tackles were still on the board. I think all the tackles, if I'm not mistaken, were still on the board.
Yeah.
But you prioritize Kool-Aid here. Hadley, why is that?
I think he fits the Steeler brand. You got Joey Porter on the other side, excellent man corner. Then you got Kool-Aid McKinstry. Just to round it up, Pat Pete's getting a little older. They moved him to safety last game. So, let's insert a corner on the opposite side, man. Let's play some defense. And the Steelers' offensive line has been a lot improved in these last couple of games. I do think they still need a tackle. So, Drew getting Blake Fisher there, the 82nd pick was great value.
I actually think it improves their offensive line, right? Yeah. You know how I feel about Dan Moore. I don't know why Chooks is in the doghouse. Maybe a Steeler fan could let us know. But yeah, Broderick Jones, slots in that left tackle, and I think you can roll with Fisher and be competent up front. All right, Troy Franklin, Deontay Johnson. Like we talk about George Pickens being mercurial, but Deontay Johnson seems to have his own issues as well. So I wouldn't want both. I'll be honest with you. I don't want both. I don't want to have to depend on both those guys. You understand what I'm saying? So we add Troy Franklin. That's easy speed to stretch the defense or stretch the offense. Stretch the defense, yes. Philadelphia. Now, of course, Philly fan. I don't know what will make Philly fan happy. I don't know. But I think Marina Sands will approve of Jordan Morgan. I think the Edrin Cooper pick in the second round, maybe early for some people's blood, but I'm a big fan. I think he's the one linebacker that I would consider taking in the first round. And then Chris Abrams-Drain, we want to continue to add some depth, some pieces, some youth to that cornerback position. What do you like about Abrams-Drain, Drew?
Hadley said it earlier. That man ball skills, man. Get his hands on the ball, turn the ball over, and get Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown and Deontay Smith back to football so they can score them points, man.
And Hadley, your thoughts on Jordan Morgan?
He had that big injury last the 2022 season. Came back healthy this year. I like how he moves. I like how he moves from the snap. He can get to the second level. It's different opinions on him, whether he's a better pass protector or a run blocker. It's just consistency with him. Sometimes he gives it up in the pass game, but I like him, man. I like him in the pass game and the run game, and he moves very well. And he's playing really well off that injury.
All right. And again, as I've mentioned before, I'm a huge fan of Edrin Cooper. The second level of the Philadelphia's defense has been bad. I mean, for lack of a better term, I think that's the simplest way to cut to the chase there. It's been a bit of a revolving door as far as healthy bodies. Some departures due to free agency. You got a bunch of guys on 1-year deals. So Edrin Cooper comes in and he becomes that mainstay. I think he becomes a star in terms of a defense that has a lot of young talent on it already. Mm-hmm. All right, D-Kits, New York Giants. We trade up. Headley, you traded up to ensure that you got one of the top 2 quarterbacks here with Drake May. I followed that up in the second round with Cooper Beebe. D-Kit insisted on Quinion Mitchell, and we don't have a problem with it. And then got his guy, Jermaine Burton, there in the 3rd round. Burton has grown on me. He certainly has grown on me. Didn't get a whole lot of an opportunity at Georgia. Last year with Bryce Young, the connection wasn't there. The best receiver was Jahmyr Gibbs for Alabama a season ago, but Burton certainly has helped himself this season and formed a pretty good connection with Jalen Milroe. Quinion Mitchell, they're going to be differing opinions on him. Some people feel like, he's a 1st-round prospect. Others think, maybe early, mid, day 2. I think at 52, that works either way. Cooper Beebe would be a 1st-round pick if he wasn't playing the interior of the offensive line probably, or he wasn't a little bit more limited from a scheme perspective. But I think he's a plug and play. And, of course, the Giants desperately need help along the offensive line. Drew, you've been a big proponent of Drake May. You've been a big proponent of Drake May. What do you think has to be the case in order for him to be successful in New York?
One, you got to protect him. He's got to get the ball out. You got to make sure that he's winning within the pocket. Maybe a little bit more of a timing and rhythm type of player. He's got that strong arm, so he can cut through the wind out there in New York. But yeah, you got to protect him. You don't want this guy running around doing Caleb Williams type stuff. He's out of sorts if he's doing that.
You want him in structure. You want him in
structure. Yeah, you got to have him in structure. Yep. Otherwise, it's probably going to be it's not going to be good, bro. It's not going to be good because that's not his game. So yeah, in structure is where you want him to be.
What about you, Heather? Your thoughts on May?
He got everything you're looking for as far as the tools, the physical tools. Can make any throw on the football field. He got the athleticism. Get a lot of rushing yards, rushing TDs as well. But like Drew said, in the structure, the offense is where you want him. He's been better this year outside the structure of the offense, but you got to protect him. And next time we saw him last year when they couldn't really protect him, and he got sacked a lot. So I think protection and getting that offensive line right. That's why that Cooper Beebe pick is very important for him. Hopefully Andrew Thomas gets back healthy, man. So and then we've got him a receiver Burton at the 70th pick. So good start right there for New York.
Yeah, I think coaches, and in this case, Brian Daboll, they're going to be thrilled. They're going to be thrilled because you generally want someone who's going to execute your offense, right? The ball's supposed to be out on that 5th step of the drop back. That's typically what you're going to get from Drake May, assuming he's protected. And I think he has the requisite functional mobility, as you alluded to, in order to navigate that pocket, right? He just has to be a little bit cleaner when there's bodies around him. Right. And we've seen the improvement this year. And that's, of course, always a great sign. We want to see quarterbacks improve from one year to the next. So that's definitely encouraging. And then, of course, the rest of it you can't really teach. So really, really great prospect here. I think it's a good landing spot here in New York with Brian Daboll, assuming they get the offensive line situated. That takes us to the other New York team here, the Jets. I took Joe Alt at 9. I really wanted to take Brock Bowers. I was tempted. I think they need to add more weapons to the offense. Of course, we tried to address that via Ricky Pearsall with the 73rd overall pick. But the name of the game here for New York is to protect the quarterback. Mekhi Becton, as I mentioned, has really struggled. I wouldn't necessarily give up on him altogether. It depends on what that contract looks like. But you can't start him at left tackle next year. You can't. You have to figure that out. If you're gonna roll a 41-year-old quarterback out there, you have to have left tackle nailed down. A right-handed quarterback at that has to be nailed down. So really think it may not necessarily excite Jets fans, but if they get Joe Alt, they should be thrilled. Drew, you got Pearsall. What you think, man? What do you think he fits in terms of this offense?
Big play threat. along with Garrett Wilson there, man. Just get him the football, man. Let him do his thing. He's got strong hands. He's fast. He's quick. But again, I think he's going to be a surprise for a lot of people because I think he's been held back at the two schools he's played for in college football, unfortunately. Although he's racked up a lot of yards, as people just don't know the name, bro. But they're gonna find out real quick. Whoever picks him up, bro.
He has a real good opportunity here to help himself a lot at the Senior Bowl.
Yep.
Get in front of those eyes. Get in front of those.
I expect him to dominate in the one-on-ones, bro.
And really turn some heads.
He might get that. He might get that Puka. That Puka turnaround, that Puka love, that Puka talk, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm just trying to tell you. All I'm saying, bro. I'm not saying he's getting gated, bro. I'm saying I've seen it.
Puka didn't like kill it at the Senior Bowl. He got hurt too.
He got hurt.
I think if Puka played the week, he could have had a Michael Wilson type of week, and it wouldn't have surprised many folks. I think Puka just when he got healthy, just killed it at training camp. We already knew. And Drew, you actually were on Puka very early, a couple seasons ago. We already knew what kind of talent he possessed, right? But picking up the Sean McVay offense, especially with Cooper Kupp out, you know what I'm saying? I think it all just came together. Like I said, he nailed it. He got his opportunity, he ran with it. New Orleans, Headley, you didn't hesitate to take the best defensive player in the draft, Latu. I followed that up.
Best defensive player in the draft, so you said?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
All right. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Heard it clearly.
Are we not in? Do we not have a board?
No, I just wanted to make sure I heard what I heard.
Okay.
Put it on. We putting it on wax, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm putting it on wax. Best defensive player in the draft, Latu. And then I followed up with Adonai Mitchell because that receiving room is pretty bare. Quarterback maybe in the cards potentially. I just don't see a way out of this Derek Carr contract. You understand what I'm saying? Unless they're willing to, because they already have cap issues as it is. I don't know. You gotta have to bite that bullet. Derek Carr is your man for the next year or two, probably 2 years. So let's bolster the roster as much as we possibly can. Get a little bit younger on the defensive side of the ball. I think offensive line is an area that they need to address as well. But with the 2 picks in the first 3 rounds, both these players can come in and help you immediately. I think Mitchell is in that conversation for first round as well, late first round. All right. Patriots. Drew took Michael Penix Jr. Headley followed it up with Tez Walker, and then Brendan Rice to the chagrin of everybody in the chat. Headley, you made it a point, bro. You want to make this offense competent. It's been bad. It's been bad for several years now. Even Tom Brady's last year, this offense wasn't humming. You understand what I'm saying? It's for a dearth of weapons. Now we've had bad quarterback play. You want to change the narrative here in New England as far as offense is concerned. We talked about Michael Penix a lot previously. I just want to kind of bring it back full circle. I think if you add Michael Penix with the Tez Walker, we like what Demario Douglas is doing. You got Hunter Henry out there, right? Ramondre Stevenson is in your backfield. You probably add another piece to that. If they can get the offensive line situated, they're going to be able to score points, bro. They're going to be able to score points. And my point about Michael Penix, again, the injury concern is fair, right? You got to do the testing. You got to clear those red flags. But I maintain this. I do not think there's a more mentally or physically tough quarterback in this class than Michael Penix. And I think there's something to be said about that. I really do. There's a maturity with him. It goes back to him in terms of his transfer to Washington. They talked about how Michael Penix, went into that like he was interviewing Washington. And it's the right attitude to have. He wanted to know about system. He wanted to know about your protections, your weapons, the whole 9. And, I mean, over the last 2 seasons, they've been phenomenal with Michael Penix at the control. So those that are, Team Jane Daniels, I certainly understand it. I don't hate it. But like I said, give me Michael Penix as QB3 in this class. And frankly, if I'm not mistaken, you had him as QB3 last year as well.
Yeah. Had him at QB3. This is we call him Laser Penix for a reason. Those opposite half throws worked really well. Everyone gets on his mobility, but he has great functional mobility. We always mention this, the new stat that we've seen, 71% completion percentage when he's not on his spot. So that just tells you that he can reset his feet, look downfield, and find those guys. you really want him in anticipatory throws because he's very good at anticipation. But he could also move a little bit and find those guys the same way, man. I compare him, it's a lefty comparison. It might be low-hanging fruit, but he's a stronger arm Tua. Tua is lefty, but he has a laser on him. Imagine Tua with a laser, because both these guys throw with great anticipatory skills, and they're kind of like system. You kind of like him in the shotgun a lot, but man, that arm talent, man, speaks for itself. And we had to give him the receivers with Tez Walker, two big guys on the outside, because they got the inside guy right now, Demarius Douglas, but those outside receivers, man, it can really stretch the field for Penix's arm. So yeah, that's a lot of infusion of offense for New England.
All right. Minnesota took Dallas Turner 15th overall. I actually took him. Did I take him ahead of Verse? Is that what I did? I think I did that.
Yeah,
I did that.
Scheme.
Yeah.
I think he's a better fit. I think he's a better fit for the scheme, and we don't want to get too caught up in that, right? You don't want to push another player up the board simply because of scheme over a more talented player, right? I think they're close. I think Dallas Turner and Jared Verse are close. I think Turner's a better run defender, and I think in terms of where Turner could go from a pass rush perspective, I think there's still a lot he can get to. He's actually improved quite a bit. That was our concern coming into this season. Didn't necessarily have any secondary pass rush moves. Definitely no tertiary pass rush move. It was just power, just speed to power, which is Jared Verse's calling card, right? I think Jared Verse needs to add some tools to his tool chest as well. I think he's more advanced than Dallas Turner. Don't get me wrong, but I like Turner, man. I like Turner. He's got a leadership quality to him that I appreciate as well. And they're potentially losing Danielle Hunter. Turner fit the bill for me from that perspective. Follow that up, Drew, with Kamari Lassiter. Again, a guy that we haven't discussed a lot outside of summer scouting, but he's done nothing to hurt his stock. In fact, he's helped his stock, right? The mock draft database has him among the first 25, 26 players as far as ranking is concerned. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about him. Headley, you in particular. I haven't heard you talk about Lassiter much. What do you think about Lassiter?
I think he's got the versatility to play man or zone. I like how he comes up and tackles. Like in that short passing game, screen game, I think Flores will love a corner with his mentality. I think he gets a little too handsy sometimes down the field. The next level, you got to take your hands off the receiver. But yeah, he's quick to turn his hips, drive, close on the catch point. Just vertically at the moment of truth, I want to see him improve a little bit better there. But I think just the mentality and how he plays football, he'll fit really well in a Flores scheme.
All right. So any y'all boys don't want to give me shit for taking turnover.
I wasn't gonna do it, but I'll make you live. That's your guy, Dallas Turner.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
You can't do it, man. I know the scheme. I know, but Jared Verse, his ability to win off the snap, close to the quarterback. But Turner and him, they close really well to the quarterback. But I do like
the initial
Verse.
burst. It's the initial burst for Verse, though.
And I think he's better. We talk about those secondary, tertiary moves.
He is.
I think he has that.
He's more advanced. He's
more polished than a Dallas Turner. I think Turner needs a little more polish, but he's played a lot better this season than he did last season. And Verse started out slow, but he kind of picked it up towards the end of the year. But to me, Verse is the best pass rusher, other than Latu, probably in this class.
Fair enough.
Drew?
Mama's the word, Drew. Mama's the word.
No, Headley got it, bro. Just got it, bro. State
Miami Dolphins. Troy Fa'u Tanu. I think, Heather, your thought process is you slot him in the guard, call it a day. I think, there's some debate among the three of us as to whether or not he can play tackle or should play tackle, but certainly he should thrive. He should thrive in this outside zone, this zone system here. And then Braswell, physicality that Braswell brings to the table. I think beyond Wilkins and sideline, I think that's it. I don't think they have any more depth in terms of down line. That's why I was kind of suggesting that. But I'm not mad at adding another edge player here, especially a guy as physical as Braswell, to the mix. Jalen Phillips coming off the injury. Your boy has picked it back up. He's starting to look like himself again. What's his name?
Van Kinkle?
No, not Van Kinkle. The man.
Pass rusher? Oh, your boy from Denver, Bradley Chubb.
Chubb.
Bradley
Oh,
Chubb.
Chubb.
Yes,
Yeah.
Chubb.
Mhm.
Chubb's looking like himself again.
Nah, he
right?
does. He looks good. He looks good.
Yeah. So,
That's healthy.
Drew, your thoughts on Miami and their approach or our approach as it relates to this mock draft?
Yeah, man, gotta continue to bolster the offensive line. I'll call him Troy because I'm gonna butcher the last name. Fa'utanu. I'm watching because I'm doing my work on the back end for these shorts that are coming, and
Got shorts coming.
yeah, I got shorts coming.
Matchups.
I don't.
You got matchups.
Yeah, I got matchups.
You gonna tease? You gotta tease it.
I mean, we got matchups.
Give me one person in the matchup. Give me like one player in the matchup.
Let me think. We got well, not Troy, Fa'utanu. Let me go with Fuaga and Latu.
Hey, that's a good matchup.
Fuaga,
that's a heavyweight.
And Dorless. Right?
Ooh.
Hey, get Morgan versus them boys too.
Morgan, we can throw Jordan Birch in there as well if you like.
Morgan versus Latu and Morgan versus Trice.
Yeah, it's some good.
West Coast has some good. Yeah, West Coast has some ball this year.
Yeah. We got some shorts coming, but watching Fa'utanu, bro, I think he can play tackle, bro. I think he can do whatever you need him to do, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I don't think he fails at any position that you put him at because of his ability to move, get his hands up and those things. But again, we're trying to protect Tua. Try to protect Tua. As long as you protect Tua and as long as he getting the ball knocked out of his hands. I don't know if he got them Teddy Bridgewater hands, but the Dolphins going to continue to do damage, man. Because the name of the game for them is speed and adjustments, bro. That's their game on offense and defensively in terms of Braswell with the physicality and just he's kind of disgusting when it comes to getting his hands on offensive linemen or getting his hands getting the offensive lineman off of him, throwing them as guys off and heading to the quarterback or shutting down the run. So I think both of these, when we talk about the trenches, I think these are fantastic, excellent picks for the Dolphins to kind of, with what they have, one late first round pick and about a middle
late second,
late second, right? Yep. So yeah, good picks, man. Strong.
All right. Los Angeles Rams. Headley, you set the tone here with Braylon Trice. Followed up with Peyton Wilson. I got a little crazy there. And Drew finalized it with Javon Bullard. Or was that me? That may have been me.
No, that's me.
Either way, that was you. All right, so we all made a pick here for the Rams. Every level of the defense, and I think it's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yep.
I do think the offensive line is still an area that the Rams could consider, bolstering. They may want to opt for a veteran. Unless they go early, let's say you use that first round pick on offensive lineman, they may want to opt for a veteran because I think there is a bit of a learning curve there. There's a little bit of a learning curve there as far as guys getting up to speed for Sean McVay's offense. But as I mentioned, you got a lot of young players on either side of the ball playing at a very high level. If you bring these three in, I think you just roll with it. I think there's versatility with Wilson and Bullard in particular. Trice, gives you that hammer there on the edge. The versatility may not necessarily be there as far as him being able to get out in space and make those plays, but as Headley mentioned, put him in a position to do what he does best and let him get upfield. All right. Chargers. We did a lot of work here for the Chargers. All right. Started with trading down, and we still netted Brock Bowers. So very excited about that. Patrick Paul comes in. We need to shore up the offensive line. Ensure that we keep Justin Herbert, the highest paid quarterback, if I'm not mistaken, or second highest paid quarterback, upright. We're thinking Bill Belichick is the coach. So Heather, you opted for TJ Tampa, physical press corner here, exactly what the doctor ordered if you want to play man. Tommy Eichenberg, we've talked about this defense in general and their inability to get off the field or get stops when they need to. Stopping the run has been an issue for a very long time. I do believe they need to continue to bolster the down line. But just the way things worked out, ultimately with Tommy Eichenberg, you add him to Dion Henley, I think, next year. And I think you got a nice young duo there at the second level. And then Jabbar Muhammad, the mock draft database is not showing Jabbar Muhammad the requisite respect that he deserves. You could see it by this F draft value, but I've been thoroughly impressed with him, man. You get him in the third round. I'm excited. I'm excited. I think there's going to be a lot of change here in Los Angeles. But what I do want to talk to you guys about, because we did both. How do you feel about? I guess it's obviously within the realm of possibility because we traded down. We added additional draft capital. But let's say that the Chargers stick at 6. What do you do? What do you do? Do you prioritize Justin Herbert and his success? Do you address the defense, which needs a complete facelift? What do you do? What's your approach, Headley?
Yeah, if I'm staying at 6, we've been saying it for the last couple of weeks that the offensive side of the ball is where the talent, the top end talent is. Whether it be the wide receiver position, the offensive tackle position, Brock Bowers, one of the best tight ends to come out in a while, all the quarterbacks. So, Latu would be the guy to consider there. So we have him as the best defensive player in this class. But if I'm staying at 6 and I'm not trading down, I'm going offense. So I'm getting your boy Herbert more weapons. It's just kind of Borderlands, even though defensively it's probably where they have more holes to fill. Offense is where the talent is, man. So I'm going talent over need and sticking with the offensive side of the football at number 6. So that would probably be Brock Bowers, or if you want to go wide receiver, Malik Neighbors
or receiver. Yeah. I don't even think tackle is out of the question. I don't even think tackle is out of the question with Fashionable and Alt there at the top. What about you, Drew? You feel the same way?
Yeah, I say it gingerly though, because you are passing up on Latu, who we're very, very high on, top pass rusher for us. But then there always is that red flag, that injury that he did have. He did medically retire at one point. So there are teams who are just going to take him off the board. So if we're talking about, I want to be comfortable in the pick that I'm making entirely, I think it is Neighbors or Bowers that you're probably going to go with. But otherwise, I'm a roll with that Latu. But yeah, it'd probably be Bowers or Neighbors.
All right. Sound reasoning. Vegas. Jerzon Newton. So we're going to keep Tari Wilson at the edge with that particular selection. Second round, JJ McCarthy, man. He's still the great unknown. Headley, I know you've been a fan. Yeah. You've been a fan of what you have seen when he has thrown the football. We just haven't necessarily been tested to this point. And then I rounded it out with Kalen Bullock. I think he obviously, in the back end as a pass defender, quality player. He certainly needs to improve his tackling, his open field tackling. Season ago, I wouldn't have drafted him. I would have avoided that altogether. But I've seen a modicum of improvement to this point, and I think just in terms of that last line of defense from a pass defense perspective, I think he's a quality football player. The JJ McCarthy pick is obviously the most interesting, right? Because Aiden O'Connell is playing, and he's not. I mean, he's not setting the world on fire, right? But the Raiders are competitive. You know what I'm saying? They've knocked off some teams here. They've won some games. You have to be convinced. You have to be convinced, and maybe not because it's a day 2 pick. But my thought process is, I'm taking JJ McCarthy because there's a lot of good football players on the board at that point. Guys that can come in immediately and help you. You have to believe that JJ McCarthy gives you the best chance to win in 2024. You know what I mean? And based on what you've seen to this point, Heather, do you feel that way? You feel like JJ McCarthy can come in with this team, Devontae Adams, Michael Mayer, Jacoby Myers. You got most of your offensive line in place here. I don't know what the long-term plan is with Josh Jacobs, but what do you think? Do you think he can come in and compete in this AFC West year 1?
Yeah, I think so. And I'm saying that based off the 2022 tape. That's the tape I watched of McCarthy, the Ohio State game, and a couple other games last season where it's just something about him, man. You can't put your finger on it, but it's his subtle movements in the pocket, it's his escapability, the top of his drops, and he makes big plays in big moments. The accuracy is an issue for him. You see him inaccurate in games. But he makes those incredible plays look easy, has escapability, arm talent, uses his legs. So I know this season, they played a lot of, how am I say it? They played a lot of ducks early in the year, a lot of bad teams, and he didn't really have to do much, but sure. He did have a high completion percentage against those teams. I think it was like almost 80% or something like that. And then once he played those tougher teams, they didn't use him. You know, Michigan likes to run the football. They use Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, Zach Zitzer on that offensive line. So they were running the football, and we didn't really get to see him. So I think that's kind of why he's moving down the draft board, because of not being able to see what he could do against big competition. He has 2 more chances, hopefully, for Michigan to show what he could do. But, you know, as he enters the draft, he's going to be that big question mark, the 2022 tape versus the 2023 tape. And can he be that guy at the next level? And I'm saying yes right now. I'm sticking with it because of what I saw, and I'm sticking with J.J. McCarthy as a top 5 quarterback in this class.
All right.
The way the Raiders have played defense for the past couple of games too has been, I think I saw a stat where they've like the for the past 5 games, I want to say teams have scored the least amount of points on them. It's some
Antonio Pierce.
Yeah.
Effect.
So if you're saying you're getting that from the defense and you have J.J. McCarthy,
defense,
then yeah. But if you're asking him to go out there and play hero ball,
he's gonna have some turnovers. Yeah. He's gonna turn the ball over.
I don't need him to win the game. I don't need him to win the game. We just play within the confines of the offense.
That's what he's doing at Michigan. That's what he's doing at Michigan.
And when we need a player too, that's when you can showcase that. But otherwise, we need you to stay inside this box.
Manage his game. No, I hear you. Kansas City. So we stay out in the AFC West. J.C. Latham in the first round. I guess you got to figure out what you're gonna do at left tackle. Does Taylor kick over? Does Latham play left tackle? But certainly, either way, I think it's an improvement of Donovan Smith. And then we went with a pair of receivers here, Emeka Egbuka and Torrey Horton. You know, the struggles of the Kansas City Chiefs receiving options are well documented this season, right? And of course, that has led to Patrick Mahomes pressing, trying to do too much, turning the football over, a lot of balls bouncing off the hands of receivers. They got to get that right. The thing is, I'm not so certain that Emeka Egbuka is going to go pro. I'm not sure about that. Harrison Jr. obviously is going pro for good reason. Egbuka had an injury. It just didn't really come together this past season. Now, of course, JSN didn't play much his final year in Ohio State. He still went first round because of on the strength of what he did the previous year. So Emeka Egbuka doesn't have that kind of resume. So I do expect him to go back to school. But if not, I think day 2, towards the end of the second round, maybe early third round is where I have him currently. I know there's going to be a lot of people who are much higher on him, but I don't see it. That being said, I think he'll be where he's supposed to be. I think he'll catch the football, and I think he can do some damage after the catch. So I like him at 57. And Torrey Horton, he's an interesting prospect because based on what you see on the field, everything is kind of short, intermediate. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't necessarily strike you as a guy who can stretch the field, and that is certainly something that Kansas City needs. But I think he's going to test really well. I think he's going to show the ability to get vertical via testing and throughout this pre-draft process. So adding those 2 to the mix, I think they supplant. I think they supplant Kadarius Toney. Sky Moore hasn't worked out. I do like what they have in Rashee Rice. He needs to be a little bit more consistent in terms of his hands, but he certainly looks like he's going to stay. And then, of course, Travis Kelce is getting longer in the tooth. So maybe Jatavian Sanders, maybe that may have been one of the picks that we should have considered. We didn't draft him here in this mock draft. Maybe adding his receiving prowess to the mix might be a good idea here in Kansas City, but they definitely need pass catchers and they need to protect the passer. So we accomplished that here with Kansas City. Takes us to Duval. And again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm going to continue to say it throughout this mock draft leading up to the draft is we're higher on Brandon Dorless than everybody else. People think this is a reach. We do not. Mock draft database certainly feels different. Brandon Dorless is consistently in our first round for a reason, because we think he's a first round player in this particular draft. Kalen King at 53 represents really good value. This Jacksonville team has been disappointing on both sides of the ball, but defensively, man, I don't get it. They have a lot of talent, and I guess you could say the same thing about the offense, but certainly on the defensive side of the ball, there's a lot of talent just not playing up to snuff. What do you see when you watch Jacksonville, Drew? What do you think the problem is?
This guy's not being consistent, man. I think you'll see Josh Allen, make a play, make 2 plays, make 3 plays, then disappear.
It's like the only guy. It's like the only guy making plays.
And then where's Devin Lloyd, right? Is he being deployed properly?
Yeah,
right?
that's the question.
You know what I mean?
Really.
That's a part of it too. And the back end's just not strong, bro. Like it's not good. You know, when you look at the names that are there and the players that are there, it's just not good. I think they need to start. They need to, first of all, they need to sign back Josh Allen. First of all, second of all, I think they need to deploy Devin Lloyd properly. I don't think he's just an off the ball linebacker. He needs to be coming down here. He needs to be blitzing. They need to use him a lot more, kind of how the Bucs use Devin White and Levante David, blitzing and whatnot, right? And then that secondary, they just need players, man. I mean, get some guys who know where to be, can cover, and be responsible, man. But right now, it's kind of on that back end. It's hodgepodge back there, bro.
I want to give Headley an opportunity to talk about Brandon Dorless, man. You were really the one who opened our eyes to Dorless, Headley, season ago. Of course, we're on the bandwagon, fully on the bandwagon with Dorless. Why does Dorless stand out to you?
Versatility to play, any position on the defensive line. He's one of those rare deep tackles that you could put him at 6'3", 290. You could put him at the edge, and he just have the quickness, the cat-like burst, get to the quarterback. What he does really well, a lot of things he does really well. His hands are effective, but he has a wide arsenal of pass rushing moves. The stack, the shed, chop, swim, and then you know what I'm saying, the shoulder dip. A big man shoulder dip, man. That really gets me going, man. And he does all of that really well, and he moves quarterbacks from their spot. If you watch him play against any quarterback, whether it be Michael Penix or Bo Nix or not Bo Nix, but any other quarterbacks in the Pac-12, Cam Ward. I said his teammate. He probably does to his teammate in practice also, but he moves those guys off their spot. Quarterbacks like to be comfortable back there, and even if he doesn't make the play, he's moving the quarterbacks off the spot so somebody else can make the play or disrupt the timing of the routes with the wide receivers. So he's just a force, man. He's a force. I don't know if he's going to go first round, but whoever gets him on day 2, man, it's going to be one of the steals of the draft.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're saying about Brian Branch, bro. That's what we were saying about Brian Branch. That's what we said about Joey Porter Jr. Somebody's going to slide into day 2 that may have been expected in round 1. I don't think people expect Dorless to go round 1, but it would not shock me. It would not shock me that between picks 20 to 32, Brandon Dorless hears his name called because he's that good. He really is. You know what I mean? And teams may not necessarily be quite as high on Chop Robinson because of the size, right? You play a particular scheme, so you decide to, if you're looking for the ability to affect the passer, equally play against the run with that kind of size, with being statuette to a certain degree, then absolutely, Dorless fits the bill. Takes us to the Colts. Terrion Arnold, you guys talked me into Jalen Polk and Jack Sawyer. I think this is a solid group, man. I think this is a really solid class here for the Colts. You know what I mean? It addresses needs across the board, injects talent. Terrion Arnold, one of the bigger draft risers throughout this season, playing as well, if not better than Kool-Aid McKinstry to this point. And I like what he does as far as inside and outside. He's always in position to make a play on the ball, gets his hands on the ball. The technique that he uses, how we were taught to get your body into the receiver, right? Pin him to the sideline, get your body into the receiver with your back on the receiver, right? Put yourself between the receiver and the football, right? Well, he does that, but he goes chest to chest. He never loses sight of the receiver. So those back shoulders you can't necessarily complete them on him because of the technique that he uses. Whether or not that's continued, coach, whether or not he continues to do that at the next level, I'm not sure. But he's one of the few corners that does that, and he does it at a very high level. I like Jalen Polk a lot. I was gonna go Malachi Crowell's gonna get real crazy out here, do some reverses, end arounds and stuff with Anthony Richardson back there, Jonathan Taylor. But you guys talk me into Jalen Polk, a guy that can really stretch the field. Michael Pittman's your one. Of course, Headley's guy from UNC, Downs, does damage when he's given the opportunity out of the slot. So interesting trio there. And then Jack Sawyer, I think just from a value perspective, the need at edge. I think if you get Sam Hubbard, maybe a little bit more than a Sam Hubbard, you'd be really happy with Jack Sawyer. That's who he kind of strikes me as. And in fact, while I do think JT is more talented than him, I think Sawyer has been more consistent. I think he's been more consistent than JT this particular season. All right, let's go to the Texans as we wind it down. Cam Kitchens, Leonard Taylor, Zach Zinter, kind of a meat and potatoes with the last 2 selections. Kitchens is my center fielder, right? I expect that D line to get after the quarterback. I'm going to play some man. I'm going to play some cover 3, and I want Kitchens in the middle of the field, right? Sideline to sideline, making plays on the football. What do you think? What do you think about this draft? What would you have done differently here, Drew? Because I made all these picks. I wasn't supposed to make the Taylor pick. I was supposed to be Headley. But
Headley said he would have gone second level, right?
No, I was going to go Leonard Taylor 50. I was thinking second level, but the talent of Leonard Taylor, I wouldn't be surprised if Leonard Taylor's a first-round pick. So get him at 50th. That's 2 first-round talents right there for Houston with their top 2 picks.
I don't know that I would have done anything different. I mean, one of the big players that I think what I would love to see with this team was taken, I think, was by the Raiders, is Jerzon Newton. I think in our first couple of drafts was kind of who we had them. One time we had them trading up for him.
Yeah. And
that's a guy that I definitely think they should be targeting no matter where they are in the draft, because this team they're not 5-6 players away. Like when you look at that team, it's solid all the way around.
They're like,
you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's very, very close to kind of getting it buttoned up and being competitive, especially in the division that they play in, which is pretty weak, to be honest. But yeah, man, it's I'm okay with this. I like where you went here with every pick that you had or you got. Absolutely. And you made all these picks, huh? We didn't even.
He tried to get all of mine players.
He did. I'm thinking about it, looking at it. Yeah.
Headley, talk to me about this Green Bay class here, man.
Well, the Packers, we feel the needs. The top needs for them is corner, offensive tackle, safety. I think those are the 3 top needs. So, getting Nate Wiggins, to me, is the best zone corner in the class. How he plays the football, he goes up and get it. And once he has the ball, he's liable to go 6 the other way, man. Great after the catch, after the interception. Kyron, I checked him out from Yale, and, a lot of people know about him. He just got an injury with the groin, but he was bullying those guys at the FCS level, man. He dominated that competition. He bursts from the snap. He swallows defenders, pause. But you know what, man?
Pause.
Yeah, you gotta pause that. But you know what, man? He's gonna be a guy that, I want to see him against the top competition. Anytime I see a guy dominate, because that's the first step, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you do? Do you dominate your competition? The answer is yes. But now, how do you play up? We've seen a guy, Cody Motch, last season, North Dakota State. He came to the Senior Bowl, and he looks good up there. So I really want to see him in the Senior Bowl. I'm not sure if he's going to be healthy by then. Hopefully he is. And then Tyler Newbin, man, the instincts from the pass coverage situation and the run game. He's a very versatile safety. I think Green Bay has been looking for a guy like this for a while now. So to get him, excellent pick right there. And I got the Braylon Allen pick because of Aaron Jones. He's getting a little older, the running back lifeline. And A.J. Dillon hasn't been what they thought he was going to be. So you add a Braylon Allen, big, physical, twitchy runner. I think he's only 20 years old, man. So he's coming in pretty young. And then Donovan Jackson's another young prospect. I think he's only 20 years old as well. I love his movement ability from the interior, how he gets to the second level. Very twitchy interior offensive lineman. Will be great in that system, that zone scheme system. Yeah, man. I think this is a home run draft, man. Was there anybody after Donovan Jackson?
No, that was it.
Last one. Yeah, this is a home run draft. We all pitched in on this one, and this is an A draft.
All right. Drew, break down this Detroit class.
Yeah, man. I think I was the one who selected JT Tuam. I'm not even going to try to say
Tuamalu. What is it?
Tuamalu.
I think it's Tuamalu.
Oh, you said it different. Okay.
I
thought it was like Palamalu, but Tuamalu. But maybe I'm wrong. You could be right.
JT selected JT at 28 at the edge position. And I think, let me see here. We went every. We didn't really go every level of the defense, but we wanted to shore up the defense because the thought here is with Detroit is that the offense. I think Headley actually was thinking going receiver at one time, but the offense, there's not much they need on the offensive side. When you talk about the offensive line, it's one of the best offensive lines. You got Jared Goff. That's Juice's top quarterback in that draft, I think. And then the receiver position is solid. So defensively is kind of where the I don't want to call them needs. I guess we call them needs. Needs are for the Detroit Lions. And so going to get a J2 who's very instinctual and a what do we call it? he's a playmaker when it's time to make plays, when it's the biggest
against Penn State.
Moments.
Yeah.
Against Penn State. If he's playing Penn State, right? Then we got Kalen Carson, who I really like, big corner, physical guy. Then Byron Murphy in the middle of that defense, I think is a good fit for this defense in terms of plugging up the run, getting you some penetration, and Kyrie Jackson, long, kind of a different type of corner, long, strong, pause, and physical out there on the perimeter.
Yeah, I think physicality is the name of the game here. Dan Campbell, coach team, Aaron Glenn, get the corners right. I think one thing that may have done differently would be to prioritize that corner position a little bit even more. Right. I think in terms of the number of players we selected, and they're quality players, don't get me wrong, but maybe we climb to see if we can get in the Kool-Aid conversation, the Terry and Arnold conversation. You understand what I'm saying? Josh Newton is a guy that, we could potentially go in that particular direction. We're pretty high on him as well. I don't know how the consensus feels about him, but that would be the if I went in a different direction, that would be my approach. But I like this class. It very much reflects the fact that Detroit has to improve their defense. And I think they're looking for very specific players, specific archetypes, guys that fit their culture. And I think all these guys would fit in here in Detroit. All right. What are you doing, system?
Froze up
Denver.
On
you. A little bit. All right, Headley, you bit the bullet.
Yeah.
You bit the bullet in the first round, went Bo Nix, man. 14th overall.
Yeah, it kind of pained me because I don't have Bo Nix as a top 15 player in the class. Actually, it's just the Russell Wilson situation, man. They benched him for the last 2 games. They're going to cut him because of the salary, the contract. He didn't want to take that pay cut. I respect Russell Wilson for that too, man. I'm not taking that pay cut, but you know what? Oh man, they had to do it, man. And I think Sean Payton, he likes his quarterbacks kind of like Bo Nix, very accurate. System guys going to play really good within his system, and I think that was his frustration a little bit with Russell Wilson not playing within his system, doing the Russell save me, which I thought he had to do. Use his legs. I thought that's what he didn't do last year. That he improved upon this year, but I guess the marriage didn't work there with Sean Payton. So that's why I went and got Bo Nix with the 14th pick.
Honestly, I don't think Sean Payton wanted it to work with Russell.
Yeah.
Right. Don't get me wrong. Russell deserves quite a bit of the flack that he's received over the last couple of seasons. But this year, you could see that he took to at least some of what Sean Payton was coaching. Right. Got himself in better shape, as you mentioned, doing a better job of using his legs. He's done a better job of protecting the football this year. It certainly not playing at the level you would expect for a guy making the kind of salary that he's commanding. But I'm not sure. This is pure speculation, but I'm not sure that Sean Payton was ever, listen, Russell's my guy. I'm going to rehabilitate him, and we're going to ride it, thick and thin. I think they were looking at it as, okay, this isn't bad. If he's willing to capitulate and agree to this pay cut, then we'll continue to ride with him. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying? I'm not beholden to him. He's not my guy. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm not sure he was ever planting his flag. This is the reason why I'm going to Denver. I'm going to Denver so I can coach Russell Wilson. I don't think that was the case. I don't. Drew, you picked Cam Hart here with the 76th pick. We haven't talked about Cam Hart a lot, but he's impressive. He's another bigger corner. It's a pretty deep group. When you start thinking about the quality at that position, it's a pretty deep cornerback class. What do you like about Cam Hart?
I like his clothes, his ability to attack the football, man. And like you said, he's physical. That man ain't scared to face whoever's in front of him.
Yeah.
I know that, Ohio State played Notre Dame this year, and I thought he had a decent game versus Marvin Harrison. So you go back and watch that game. Got to showcase some of his skill. I think there was another corner too that had a good game.
He ain't coming out yet. Number 20.
Number 20. Yeah, I
can't think of Benjamin Morrison.
Yeah, Morrison.
It's Morrison.
Yeah.
All right. That takes us to Dallas. Marius Mims, I think you slot him in at tackle. That lets you keep Trey Smith at guard, who I think is flourishing at guard. Jeremiah Trotter, not going to check all the boxes from an athleticism standpoint, but I don't really care. I don't really care. I think this was a good pick here. Headley, they need some instincts. I know this team plays fast. I know they like to simplify things, but they need some instincts, particularly at the second level of their defense. They absolutely need it. And then followed up with DJ James. I think there's a number of contracts expiring in that secondary at the corner position. You bring DJ James in. I don't know that he's going to be thrust into a prominent role out the gate, but I think he's a guy that can develop and become a quality player for you. Year 2 for sure. So Mims, Trotter, and James to Dallas. Cleveland didn't have a lot of picks, just 2 selections here. Andrew, you made both of them, so I'm going to let you speak to both of them.
Which picks did I make?
Cleveland. Jalen McMillan and Junior Colson.
Look, I got you. Jalen McMillan, that's my guy, man. That's been my guy. I know Jalen Polk is the guy who's kind of jumped in terms of the Washington receivers, kind of jumped in front. But I've been talking Jalen Millen since the beginning of the season. And go check my Twitter account. Go check the CPGM Couch Potato General Manager Twitter account. Is a guy I really like. Good movement. I think he's one of the best route runners in the country, along with his partner in crime, Rome Odunze. And I think what hurt him this year is the fact that he got hurt. He missed some time. So that's a guy that I think would be a good fit in this Cleveland offense. And I think they've needed a couple more receivers because, I know people like Donovan Peoples. Was Donovan Peoples-Jones?
Oh, they traded him.
Why did they trade? Why? Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. And then Junior Colson. This is this is actually one of your people's. Pair him up next to JOK. That second level of the Cleveland defense is.
That's my guy right there, JOK.
He been balling.
Yeah. But yeah, pairing those guys up, getting that second level right, because the Cleveland defense is actually really good. Just got one little faux pas that you can fit.
Hit him with the faux pas.
Hit him with the faux pas.
Yeah, Colson kind of flashed when I was studying Chris Jenkins during summer scouting.
Popping off.
I think he has a chance through these college football playoffs to kind of bolster his stock as well. He comes up, he shows up, he makes some plays. He's in that second, third tier of off-ball linebackers, but I think he can help himself throughout the next couple of games here, assuming Michigan moves ahead.
Now he's big, he's physical, 6'2", 235, comes fast, he hits hard. It's just pass coverage for him. He just got to get more consistency, more competent in the passing game.
Talisa Fuaga, Xavier Worthy, and Mekhi Wingo to Cincinnati. And as I take a step back, I traded down. So as you know, that's what I do. I traded down here. It's been customary. It's been customary for us to take the receiver, right? We were not expecting T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd back. That may change. Boyd might be back. I'm not sure. I wouldn't count on it either way. But certainly there's a need at receiver. It's a pretty glaring need. But there's some expiring contracts at other areas of this roster, including the defensive line and at offensive tackle. So, of course, they bring in Orlando Brown. They move Jonah Williams to the right tackle, who's played pretty well at right tackle, all things considered. But, again, he's in the final year of his deal. Do they bring him back? I'm not certain. So we bring in Fuaga, who seems to be OT3, the third-ranked offensive tackle to this point for us. To get him at 24, I think, obviously, represents really good value. Then you add Xavier Worthy, a guy I really like. Of course, there's some consistency in terms of catching the football, but dynamic playmaker, right? And you need to get on the jugs machine, clean it up, but he's a dynamic playmaker. I think he complements Jamar Chase well. And then, Headley, you opted for Mekhi Wingo, and I did not have a ton of familiarity with Wingo until in season, during the season, and you get to see him upfield, and that's really where he kind of announced himself, right? Was during the opening week or week 1, week 0, week 1. In that Florida State game, he was one of the few LSU defenders that showed up. You understand what I'm saying? So his ability to get upfield is what you kind of prioritize. I thought there were some other prospects on the board that were comparable, if not higher ranked, but as far as being able to affect the passer from the interior, you felt Wingo was the best prospect available, and he certainly has that ability. So like those selections, we're not expecting DJ Reader back either. We're just kind of filling those gaps, right? That's what the Bengals have done. They've drafted well, and as guys are getting to the point where their contracts are expiring, they either retain their talent or they have that replacement coming in and ready to hit the ground running. All right. A few more teams here. Chicago. What the Bears? The Bears made out like a bandit with their first two selections. Again. Yeah, man. They trade down, still get Marvin Harrison Jr. And we have been we've done it a couple times. Drew certainly has done it. He's taken Marvin Harrison Jr. first overall. All right. Drew's not taking any chances. He wants his guy at the top. So to get him at 3, obviously, add additional draft capital, including a first-round pick next year, was a big deal. Olu Fashanu, top tackle, slot him in at left tackle, and I think you're set. Whomever the quarterback is, in this case, it's going to be Justin Fields. I think he's in a great position. Assuming you get the good system play caller in place, I think the Bears can make some real noise. And then Michael Hall Jr., add him to the mix along that defensive line. They have some young players there in the interior, but I think Michael Hall Jr., as one of your top 3 defensive tackles, could be a real difference maker for this Bears team. You see what Sweat. Which Sweat is it? Montez Sweat has come in and he's made an immediate impact. I'm not necessarily expecting that level of impact from Michael Hall immediately, but I think he certainly helps this defense in his rookie season. Carolina, only 2 picks here. And you know what? I actually considered trading up. But again, without a lot of draft capital, you have to nail these picks, right? You have to make certain selections. And there's some risk here. There's some risk here with Xavier Legette. There's only 1 real year of production, but I'm a big fan and I'm a believer, right? We've seen the top end speed. We've seen the acceleration, the burst that he possesses. There's really nothing quite like that in this class at his size. So this Panthers offense, between their pass protection and their offensive line in general, they haven't been able to run the ball particularly well either. Teams are getting to the quarterback very quickly. That's one part of it. But the other part of it is that you don't have anybody that scares the defense, right? Defensive backs are sitting flat-footed at 5, 6, 7 yards worth of depth, and they're driving on everything. So that makes it that much more difficult for Bryce Young. So Leggett certainly can take the top off the defense, but he's not a straight line speed guy. He makes plays at every level of the field, which is the reason why I think he has the chance. He has the ability to be a lead dog in a receiver room. I think he could be a legitimate receiver 1. So getting him at 33, I liked it. And then we followed that up with Christian Haynes. I think you plug and play interior offensive lineman. I think it's still a work in progress in terms of the offensive line. It's not solved here, but certainly that's an improvement. That's a step in the right direction. All right. Buffalo. All right. So I made both these selections, didn't I? Oh no, Headley, you made the Malachi Corley.
Yeah, I did Corley.
You made the Malachi Corley pick. All right, so we trade up with Cincinnati, I believe, in order to get Chop Robinson, and of course, Bills are electric. He let me know. This is Chop Robinson does not fit the physical profile that Sean McDermott is typically looking for in terms of a 4-3 edge. Understood. I get that. We break that tendency here because Chop Robinson was the best of what remained as far as pass rushers, in my opinion, right? So Von Miller, the argument is that he hasn't necessarily worked out in Buffalo. I think you have to understand that when Von was healthy, he was a difference maker on this defense. It wasn't for a long time, a season ago. It was for maybe 8-10 weeks, but he was a difference maker. And I think Robinson kind of fits that same mold here. You got to figure out how to deploy him, move him around, but certainly I think he can affect the passer, and that's certainly an area Buffalo could stand to improve. Then, of course, Headley, you followed up with Malachi Corley. There's question marks in terms of the receiver room. Gabe Davis may not be back. You know what I mean? Beyond that, who knows what's going through Stephon Diggs' head at this point. Dalton Kincaid is not involved when Dawson Knox is in the lineup. So
that made no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But they're running the football. They're running the football, right? And if you want to do kind of an extension of your run game here, Malachi Corley fits the bill. You know what I'm saying? You can get very creative with him. The name of the game is put the ball in his hands, right? And with Josh Allen, that's what you want to do. You want to get the ball to the weapons. Drew, questioning the route running ability, that's a fair question. It's an area that he needs to work in. But if you have a plan for Malachi Corley, he could be a difference maker in your offense.
Yep.
Right? 3 more teams here. Baltimore. Go ahead, Headley. Go ahead.
Be more. Big Keon Coleman, man. Instant red zone threat, man. Could go up
Definitely.
and get it. But why y'all shaking your head on Keon
No,
Coleman?
I'm not shaking. I said
Nah, I see
definitely.
Drew. No, Drew's shaking his head, bro.
I
What did Keon Coleman do to y'all?
It's
What
the
did
way
he
you
do to
came
y'all,
out,
bro?
It's the way you came out the gate with Keon Coleman, bro. The garnet and gold was just coming out, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it was.
Excellent after the catch. This guy's a returner as well. So, he got some juice, make a guy miss. Like I said, go up and get it. He might be one of the best. I noticed they have some advanced stats that shows that he's not doing that, but you see him make plays week after week, those incredible one-handed catches. And I guess that's the knock on him. He's a hit or miss. He shows up and then sometimes he doesn't. So, just got to be more consistent in his game. Max Melton, definitely the corner back in Baltimore. So getting him added more depth to that defense. And then Mason Smith, man, the last pick in the third round, I believe. I think he love how he uses his arm. He extends it. Excellent in the run game. Can get after the passer. I think he's a nice 5-tech. So I think he fits the Ravens defense really well, the scheme that they run.
I really like the last two picks. And I'll tell you why I like the first pick as well, for the Ravens in particular. Because of that frame, because of the red zone prowess. I think he complements what they already have very well. So I don't expect Odell back next year. Zay Flowers, smaller receiver, but he's the lightning. He's the lightning in that offense. And Andrews is always going to have a prominent role. I'd like to see them use Likely and Andrews more together. I think they can coexist. But certainly when you talk about the boundary, they're missing a guy like Keon Coleman, right? And to your point, immediate red zone threat, immediate. You know what I mean? And now you have matchup problems all over the field. All right, how are you going to deal with Zay Flowers' quickness? How are you going to deal with the size that Andrews Likely and Keon Coleman presents when they're in scoring range? You know what I mean? So I like it. I like it. Max Melton, very good corner. Of course, you're replenishing that secondary, and Mason Smith is perfect. Perfect for what they want to do. You see Travis Jones coming, right? You see him.
Yeah.
Madubuike is no, he's arrived. He's arrived. But you see that boy Jones coming, Travis Jones coming. So yeah, you drop Mason Smith into that, and you continue to be formidable up front. I think Madubuike is in a contract year though, so that's big. That's big. I'd like to see him back in Baltimore, but if not, you add Mason Smith. You expect Travis Jones to continue to get better. They have a contingency plan there. All right. Let's see. The Falcons, the Dirty Birds. What'd you think of the trade up, Headley? What'd you think?
I love it, bro. Quarterback is the Falcons' biggest need. So trading up, man, got to do it, man. We cannot run out Ritter there anymore. And you don't want to run the risk of not landing one of those four quarterbacks. To me, it's a top four. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Michael Penix Jr., Jaden Daniels, and they have to come out of this draft with one of those guys. So I love the trade up. And then, we paired him with his teammate, man, a deep threat. Got burst. He's even, he's leaving. He tracks the football really well down the field. We've seen it all year long, that connection. So, why mess up that connection? Let's bring him over here to Atlanta. And Drake London and Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson. Yeah, the offense is looking good, man. Offense is looking good with those additions.
Yeah. And then finally, Drew. We made a bunch of picks here for Arizona.
We did. I like all the picks here, man. Obviously, we had to get them boys a receiver. Obviously, every time we go to pick, we're trying to get them boys Marvin Harrison, but at this point, we couldn't. So we went Malik Neighbors here for Arizona.
Well, we could, but Hadley traded down.
Yes,
the Giants traded up.
Yeah. That was the assumption that we did trade down. So yes, correct.
Yeah.
But we got the consolation prize and Malik Neighbors, and receiver is probably the biggest need on this team. Period. Maybe that.
It is a glaring need. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a glaring need for sure. And for some, this might be people's number one receiver. So it's a match made in heaven over there with Kyler Murray. So that'll be nice. Jared Verse, Headley, this is the second best pass rusher for us. I don't know, Headley, is that correct?
Yes, where I got him.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I know some people like Dallas Turner a little more, but
versus the second best pass rusher. I agree with you. I just like Dallas Turner a little bit more overall.
Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. Then I went and I got Josh Newton because they need help at the corner position. I think Josh Newton, we said he was actually better than his teammate last year, Tomlinson.
Trevius. Yeah.
Trevius
Hodges
Tomlinson, Josh Newton. So, yeah. And went and got Chris Jenkins in there in the trenches. Trevion Henderson at the running back position. We like the speed, we like the power, what he brings there. I think he's the only running back drafted, right?
No, we got Braylon
no,
Allen.
you got Braylon Allen.
Oh, Braylon Allen.
somewhere.
That's right.
Yeah,
Braylon
yeah,
Allen. That's right.
Green Bay.
And then Cole Bishop, number 8, Utah. Dude just seems to find the football everywhere he goes. So now you got Cole Bishop and you got Buda
Excellent draft.
Baker over there. That's crazy in the secondary with a Josh Newton. So, this. I mean, if they're able to pull this off, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, they have the draft capital, right? And of course we added to it, but they have the draft capital, and they're already kind of buying into the new regime, the new coaching. That's a great sign. They just got to stuff the roster with talent now. Now you just got to add talent, and I think all these guys are going to have significant roles day one, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't see a guy needing a year. I mean, obviously, every player needs to continue to develop, but as far as being able to become a contributor early, I think every single one of these selections are going to do that here. So, great job with the Cardinals. All right, that's going to do it. That was our last live stream of the 2023 calendar year. Great job, fellas. Again, you guys take advantage of our Underdog partnership, promo code CPGM. Check the link out in the description. Want to wish everybody a happy and safe new year, and we will see you in 2024. For Drew, Headley, this is Juice. See you next time.